All right, we're live. We're ready. We're going to talk about some Pulp. Fantastic Four. Starting out with Fantastic Four. So we'll give it a second. Wait until we get at least a viewer in here. So, Jason, I only brought myself up to one glass of bourbon. So if it doesn't give me a buzz, I'm not going to be able to join you.
Well, I've got a rather large glass of margarita, and the refrigerator is not far from here.
Right. Yeah, I guess I need to have a small. I guess I need to have a liquor cabinet up upstairs.
You probably do.
So, all right, we got our first comment. Hey, Blue Rhino Games. All right, let's get started. Fantastic Four. I brought up the set thingy, so I remembered what these figures do. And
yeah, I tell you what, making the Tiermaker thing, I forgot there were all these figures in the
forgot all these figures were that bad?
Well, no, because I didn't even look at the figures. I was just looking at the the pictures, the sculpts, and I was like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Fixer," or it's this guy. It's like I forgot this guy existed.
Right. Yeah.
Like, so, where did he come from?
So, as a reminder, folks, this is not our usual 300 modern competitive Tiermaker. This is modern Heroclix. We're starting with Fantastic Four, and we are going through as far as we can tonight. Happy 4th of July for those here in America. And then I believe, my understanding, it was just Canada Day. So, happy Canada Day to all of our Canadian viewers, listeners out there.
Man, I can't find the stream on here.
Yeah, so we've already got like 7 people watching. So
there we go. Found it. Okay.
Yeah, Alex, are you going to share the link?
After I finish this 4th Tiermaker, just in case we make it, I want to have.
I think we are.
Future found. Yeah, I gotta get. So we've behind the scenes. I've got the first 3 sets ready to tier make. I did not get Future Foundation done, so just in case I need to make it, and it takes me a few minutes because unfortunately there's not these earlier sets was before they really did all the tokens and one nice zip file,
right?
And they're not in order on like HC maps. So if you go to HC maps and look at them, they're in completely different order. So making sure I got everything.
Yeah, Brad has them in order too. Just
so it's just
remind me, team up cards are not legal for.
Correct.
Okay, so
yes,
no extra objects, no tarot cards, no objects, only standard terrain. So we can't use mounds and
no extraneous bullshit. It's just figures.
Right.
Yep.
Now I tell you what, here's my goal: to make it as broken and as expensive as possible. So mini game figures, right? $70 mini game figures. We need like 5 of those separate ones, right?
if it shares a set symbol, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say for those listening, all the ones we're probably reviewing today don't matter. All of the sets we're doing are all fast forces, and so they have they have the little 6 symbols, so they are not legal.
Yeah. And we're probably not going to get to the figures that folks want to really see today. Like Dano said, Deathstroke and Blue Marvel S+, and I'm like, I'm thinking, well, I don't know if we're going to make it to Deathstroke and Blue Marvel. We are going to get through. We are going to do a Tiermaker for all of modern Heroclix leading into Gen Con and Worlds here. So it might be it might be 2 streams here, folks. But so all right,
yeah, because I think
this is all the good shit you forgot about.
Yeah, because the thought process, I think, behind why we're doing it in this order is because if typically the newer the set, the better the figure because of the power creep. And so if we start at the beginning, it's like no one would want to listen to Fantastic Four or any of that stuff because they're like, oh, that set's old. So it's like, well, maybe instead of thinking of the older sets in the mindset of, oh, we already talked about all the cool new stuff, so let's just get through. Let's start at the older sets to be like, okay, it will progressively keep getting better and better figures. Plus, we have the added benefit is we have not done any tier makers for these sets that we're about to talk about.
Yeah, because
this
we
was
started our tier
before.
makers with House of X, I think.
Yeah, so we might get to House of X, and that's when but for Fantastic Four and Carnage, we didn't. That was before we were doing tier makers. So
right. There's some gems to be found here.
There is.
Yeah.
But not with Fantastic Four 001, Mr. Fantastic. He is D.
Okay, let me pull this up.
I'm just getting
it started. Time to get started, guys.
Straight to the garbage, right?
Yep, D.
D.
And real quick, like we do for all our tier makers, S rank will definitely be on a winning build consistently and will be a meta staple.
Yep.
A is most likely be on a winning build and will at least make top cuts. B is it'll make top cuts, won't necessarily win. C is it won't make top cuts, but someone will try it. And D is no one will try it.
I just added that to the comments in the chat. Well, at least as far as it would let me. See, hold on. We made it through B. Let's get A through D in here. I've learned how to use this software a little bit better, like 2 years into using it. All right. Any disagreements with D?
I don't have enough strong feeling about it to disagree with you.
Right. All right. Invisible Woman. So Jason and I talked about Pulp quite a bit on the way back from Ohio, especially when we got stuck in traffic. And Invisible Woman 002 is potentially, I think she might be at least an A.
I was going to say A tier, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure there's enough to make her S tier.
She enables the swap, right? So, and much like in pure modern, Professor X and Magneto are definitely S.
Well, Professor X banned, but
I'm saying in actual modern, right? Like Professor X is, full on.
She's got TK, and she's got the defend, and possibly a stop click, and she has some barrier in there. She's got some good utility.
Yeah, she's got a stop click, 40 points. It's not bad. She is one of 3 Invisible Women that we have that enable swap. And she's the
cheapest.
Yeah, she's the cheapest and probably the better of the 3. You could argue the rare, and we'll get there. But I don't have
any reason to argue with it. I just think it's good to just include her in there. I mean, if there is a good swap team in Fantastic Four, which I think there is because of some other figures in this set, right, she'd be included. Human Torch.
Probably D, because we obviously with all these Fantastic Four, we have to consider them within the swap capabilities. But 40 points for that. He has a stop click, but I don't think he doesn't do enough. If he had like maybe double bolts, where it's like, oh, I could dual target energy explode, maybe that's something. But otherwise, I'm kind of just
Yep. All right, the Thing.
Blah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty meh.
Although I would say, like, if you want to teach a brand new player how to play Heroclix, like you just give them the Fantastic Four here, right? And that's a pretty decent little, 160 point team. It doesn't add up to an even number.
And I would also say I'm not really counting at least swap potential. Like if it's just in the sense that like, oh, this is 40 points, so we'll start with him and swap to something better.
It's all about will it actually end up on the map. So
right, and I don't think any of these will.
Doombot.
15
points.
I like this is one of the better generics, and it still is.
This one I think is tricky because this relies a lot on is there enough Latveria and or ruler to make.
Well, it's Latveria. Oh, it's Latveria and ruler. Like I think if you're playing it with the Dr. Franklin or whatever one makes the Franklin Galactus.
That's
Reed, Dr. Reed, Doom Reed.
Doctor Fantastic is who you're looking for.
Yeah, I knew I would eventually get there. Maybe, but I think he's a decent little generic, and I think he's worth a B.
Yeah, I'd agree.
A B?
A B.
Okay, I'm putting him at C. I don't know if Doctor Doom.
Hey,
I don't know any other rulers with Latveria. Molecule Man doesn't have ruler, right? He's banned.
He's banned. So I think the other thing is like Alex, we've been like the only way we can get our local guys to play now is if we play Pulp. So like I've been suffering and playing all these
suffering.
What? You mean say that? I didn't mean suffering, Jason. I meant having a blast.
You know, we just lost like so many viewers that all your locals tuned in.
Damn.
And now they're like,
you know what? The guys know that I'd much rather be playing the big dogs, but this is fine. I'm dare I say it, having fun with the little guys. And I don't mean the locals. I mean the figures.
You sound so convincing.
I do have fun.
See, anytime that he says it's fine, it means he's not really enjoying it.
It's like, no, I'm having fun.
No, it's whenever I say it's fine. It's fine. That's the definition of fine, Jason. It just means it's average. It's a good time. I get to hang out with my friends. I get to open Heroclix packs. It's fine. Nova. It is. I tell you what. I tell you what. Though I am taking a lot away from. I don't want to belabor this too much. But what I am taking away from Pulp is map play and positioning on maps, and not just being like, well, I ignore all this shit, and I got flight and improved targeting elevated and 2 TKs and fucking 4 perplexes. Well, no, I got to get in here and maneuver that bitch and slide it right on in to the DMs. So, all right. 06 Nova.
D
tier. Yeah.
Now scroll Infiltrator.
Maybe if you're watching the new Secret Invasion show, you might be wanting to play this guy, but probably not.
Yeah, it's neat, but
I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough scrolls to make a good scroll team. Probably.
So now, the Pulp is Highlander, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But I still think that Moloid in Pulp is an S tier figure.
Yeah, Moloid's an S tier figure.
S. Interesting. Yeah. Why go? Like, we know why he's good, but explain why he would be S.
Why not?
Empower good.
Empower.
More damage better. Big number better. Small number.
He's tiny. He has plasticity, sidestep, stealth.
Now S means he's consistently on a lot of builds.
Yeah. I think Pulp's still pretty new, right? So
we don't know what's going to be on lots of winning builds, right?
But that's the point of the Tiermaker.
That's our guess.
Make it work.
I'm guessing.
He's cheap enough to fit on a bunch of teams. He's 10 points.
No, I do like that argument. I like the argument that you might find yourself just like, oh, I've got 10 extra points. I'll fit him on. He'll break a lot of themes because I don't know if Monster is a good theme.
Well, I don't know that theme matters in Pulp any more than it does in Modern.
Yeah, that's a good argument. I probably have him at A. I don't think he'll be consistently because I'm thinking Avengers. I'm thinking of all these other ones we're going to be getting to, Fantastic Four, and I'm thinking, don't know that Moloid is going to be like willing to break theme for 10 points just for Moloid. I don't know if people are going to do that.
I tell you what's going to happen. Old Falcon going to run through somebody he shares a keyword with, packing that old Moloid. That Moloid's going to get plopped down. Boom. That other figure's going to follow along on Falcon's wings, and it's going to get carried by Molloy and smack the shit out of somebody.
Sure.
All right, Spider-Man. Diderman.
He has a lot of good improved movement.
and he does give it to Fantastic Four if he hits with a close attack, and he has Passenger 1.
The best thing is he has running shot.
Per turn when
oh man, guys.
Once per turn when Spider-Man is carried and placed adjacent to 2 opposing characters, he gets to make a close attack. But yeah, probably that's not enough. If he is 50, I'd be more inclined, but
right.
75 is a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, just remember this set got us through the pandemic, fellas.
Yep.
3 years old now.
That's a bold statement, but okay.
Yeah, no. When you look at these figures and you realize how old it is, because we are now in post where it should have rotated, and it's gonna continue for the next 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
Yep.
But this is now the oldest
modern set.
It's been it's been the oldest modern set, I guess the oldest in a long time.
Yeah. Red Hulk D.
Yeah, not great.
All right, X-23 Wolverine. Yeesh. D.
40's not bad, but no. It's a little too short of a dial.
She-Thing. Nope.
Not really anything interesting there.
A little better, but not enough.
Nope, not at all.
There's so many Black Panthers in Pulp,
and they all look the same. Like it's all the same scope of him just standing there in a crouched position,
like with his claws out, ready to strike.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he's a D.
Leadership outwit 60.
No, I mean because
it's too
25
much.
Point fella.
From Avengers Forever.
Yeah, it was way better.
I'm also thinking for like the other keywords. That's what I'm looking at. But no, he is still too expensive.
Yep. So, I'm looking at look at here, guys. We don't have to talk about whether or not Black Leopard is a good inclusion on your primes or not. This is exciting. I'm not even joking, Jason. It's not even fine. It's actually just it's fun to not have to debate primes.
You don't have to worry about it, yeah.
Yeah. Thundera. You got that Frightful Four. It doesn't have a swap in Wizard. The Frightful Four swap fella.
Wizard is a Frightful Four swap.
Yeah.
So they do have. So there is access to it.
There is access to it.
But he is a rare.
He is a rare.
That figure kind of sucks.
35
points.
I think the Frightful Four is going to C tier for me.
All right.
During opponents' turns, friendly characters with the Frightful Four keyword modify defense +1 for each attack that is resolved that turn.
Like I've played a bunch of Frightful Four just for fun, and I can see somebody trying it, and they fill out your swap options. So
yeah, I'm just gonna put it at D. I don't think there's enough. Trapster. This was one of the ones that I forgot existed.
Yeah,
like
I
put him in, and I was like, oh.
I remember talking about him because we were like, ooh. Because there was some equipment we could give him, and we're like, ooh, 12 attack for 75 points? That was so exciting then.
Right?
Yeah, no, this is not.
Jason, you could put him in C. I'm not going to debate you on whether or not it's C or D. I'm just sticking him into D.
That's fun.
I mean, I'm not like, I think I can see, I know you've played them fun. I mean, I've been there when you've played them, and I'm with you. I mean, I'm not doubting you. I just don't think it'll happen.
I think one thing we're also seeing is how WizKids has evolved as far as game design, because look at the Frightful Four compared to the new Sinister Syndicate, or like you've got a lot of
don't
lower
compare him
point
to the new
figures.
Masters of Evil. Don't compare the FFFFFFF Doom chases.
Well, those are chases, okay? Like I'm talking about the Spider-Man set,
yeah,
Sinister Syndicate, where they have lower point options, but like all of these are like, hey, if this was like 50, I'd be more interested, but 75, that means I can only play 4 of these. Like that's a lot. That's a lot. Like same with Medusa. Like looking at Medusa, it's like, oh, she'd be great because she gives them all shape change. That's awesome.
Yep.
Like she has TK, that's great. But she's 75 points. That's a ton.
right.
Like that's a lot. If she was 40 to 50, which I know is
keep in mind, like plasticity even worked differently.
Yeah,
it's probably more powerful now because of the shape change or the plasticity change, but literally these figures came out 2 rules changes ago. So
that's crazy to think about, isn't it?
They came out under 2017 rules.
Yeah.
So rules that were 6 years old next month. So D from Medusa, Mr. Fantastic. Golly,
is it
D?
Yeah, he's a D. Arguably, you look at him and then you go back and think, man, did we underrate that common? Because that common is definitely better than this guy at 50. But
they're both D.
Yeah, they are.
Invisible Woman doing the swap. I'm just putting her in A because she can do the swap. I mean, there is other Fantastic Four figures in Modern, not in this set, that I think make an inclusion.
I would say she's probably more a B or C because I'm trying to rank the Invisible Women because they are not all the same.
If she had to fan, it would be different, but she doesn't.
I think she's the lesser of the 3, so I'm putting her in B because I don't think she is getting played. I think the other 2 are much better options, so I have her as B.
Well, there's a better one later on in another set too. So.
Sure.
Yeah. Human Torch.
Yep.
Bleh.
Bleh.
I mean, he's got hypersonic. Woo.
Poor Johnny never gets super good figure, right? Except for the deep cuts.
No, Cup Torch is good from Cup Torch is also good from
well, that's
Empire.
True. He's good. That's true. But Torch has a lot of crap.
Are we doing anything worth a shit yet? My gosh.
What?
There's not that much here, to be honest.
Well, I mean, we've got rares to come up. But most of Pulp is built around, I think, rares help a lot. So.
Thing D.
Yeah, he's not super far, but no.
Now, I guess in Pulp, can I use the optional trade on this Dr. Doom to get Doombots in and shit?
I do think optional trades are a thing, because it's not a sideline thing.
Yeah, so I mean, you
can have a sideline though.
Yeah,
too.
so it's you just generate them in your start zone, and it's post build sheet, post force construction. So yeah, I mean, I like the Dr. Doom. I've played him in Modern at one point. I'm gonna give him a nice little B, but Dr. Doom.
With his Doombot,
With his Doombots, yeah.
Yeah, so are you playing him at 100 or 50? I assume 50.
95. 95.
Yeah. No, I'm playing him at, I don't know. Either is fine.
He's got full attack. Burning Shot, Pulse Wave.
Well, because the +5 gives you the option of like the hidden. Is it that, like you put out the Doombots and they all look the same or something? I don't remember how it was.
That Running Shot Pulse Wave with a 12 attack's nice, but I probably just 50, Jason. I mean, he's no Deathstroke at 100, that's for sure.
No, I'm just saying he was 95, not a solid 100, but yeah, if you had the 5 in,
Yeah, I have him at C. I don't think he's that great.
All right, moving along. Nova. Ooh.
That's an expensive figure.
Ooh. Ooh, D.
When an opposing character is KO'd after resolution, seal the highest point. Yeah, maybe another click or two would be better, but not D.
Right. Scroll Warrior. D.
Running shots. I mean, he'd be what, a 10, an 8, so a 12 for 3 if you give up the shape change. 30 points. All right, so another thing we got to keep in mind, one benefit that these sets have is they have the larger range. I know this is only a 6, but we have to also keep in mind the fact that
there's an S tier figure coming up here soon.
I know, but when we're thinking of, oh, this is just a scroll warrior that could go 4 and shoot 6, that's still 10, right? That's still a majority of the map. So, like, whereas old times, it's like, oh, just move 4, shoot 6 is nothing. So, it's still D tier, but I'm trying to think of that for going forward.
I get it.
Hulk. He's like Spider-Man.
Duck.
He gives charge, though.
Charge doesn't have speed, but it's only a 7.
I know, but on those small maps.
Well, that is true. I mean, if you give him something like tempo or something like that to charge across the field, and he could carry somebody.
Oh.
Well, someone.
You know what? I prefer my Hulk. I prefer my Hulk with willpower and not being able to have his defense outwitted.
Yeah, that's fair.
Gosh, God, these sets have been power creeped the.
You can't. You just let all that other stuff taint your view.
Yeah, well, I mean, even back then, right? Like, I don't remember reaching for any of these figures.
But we didn't have Pulp back then either, though.
Yeah, we also weren't playing at this point in time. This was summer of 2020 when we were all in our houses.
Yeah, we weren't reaching for any of them because they were all these little circles on the computer.
Well, we're actually getting to a couple that we probably were reaching for. Not X-23 though.
Yeah.
She would be playable if that nice move special power was actually at her top dial. Like, that would actually make me think about it, right? Flurry, sidestep, stealth, top dial, 50 points. Like, that's a Wolverine right there, but
yeah, it's in the wrong spot. Yeah,
that's right.
Wrong spot.
Ghost Rider D.
So Ghost Rider, you could play at 40, and it would be on click 1.
And it's just kind of ho hum at that point.
He does have the little phasing for 4, make an attack. 80 doesn't. Well, that's only if you play him at 80.
That's not a stop click.
It's not even a stop click. There's no guarantee you get that. Like,
yeah, so not D.
Yep.
Yeah.
Valeria
Richard.
Ooh.
This is a good figure.
It still was played in Modern at the time. I still think she's good. +2 perplex. Sidestep, TK if you want, or pick a power. Pick a power. Pick a standard attack power.
Perplex with a range of 8 is half the map.
It's over half. It's
possibly a +2. And it's possibly a +2. Like,
so like, I think that's big.
I think she's an S, fellas.
She is. I've played this figure a lot. I think she's so good. Such utility.
An S? I'd probably I'd put her. I'm putting her at A because it's really about.
It's about the keywords she shares a lot because of the +2 perplex. But
you know what though, Alex? I think on the other hand here, I'm a little hype about Pulp. So it's getting some pretty good prizing overall at Gen Con. I expect to be the same at Worlds. I think we're going to see some of these figures. I think we need the Pulp events have sold out for Gen Con.
I'm not disagreeing. I think do I think Fantastic Four is going to be a staple? I think it does. So I could see Valeria being on there because she is one of the much better Fantastic Four figures. So I guess I could put her at S because I do think Fantastic Four is one of the top teams out there.
Or it could be
Scientist. Just a really good she works point. Like if you just pick an attack, if you just pick Pulse Wave or pick TK,
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's really good.
Now she still has regular perplex for 8 range.
Now she does just get walloped though. I mean,
well, sure,
what doesn't? That's the thing with
well,
Pulp, right? I mean, your tiny little support figure losses are going to be even harder felt than in Modern, because your main heavy hitter or your main heavy hitters are not, I don't know, Sky Tyrant with life tokens and Carnage Silver Surfer healed up and Saki Iron Man with objects. They're a little guy that you can hit and KO.
Right.
You can't look at him through that modern age lens.
I'm not. It's more for me of, is she S or is she A? That's what I was looking at.
If we're debating between S and A, let's just go ahead and slap She Thing into D while we're at it and move along.
Well, I mean, Frightful 4 though.
Yeah, I mean, Jason can put her in C. I'm okay with that.
I mean, 8 range is half the map. She can leap, climb half the map, and then attack 11 for 4. Nah, if she was 50 points, which if she was made today, she would be 50 points.
Yep.
That would have been the sweet spot, but no.
Oh, Claw. No. I mean, Jason, I can see him maybe making the thing work together, but nah.
He gives everyone Frightful 4 ESD, so you pair him with Medusa and your other 2 figures with Frightful 4 have ESD and shape change.
Well, no wonder this was all worked out. The Super Scroll in this set was 50 points. It didn't even work well with its 75-point counterparts.
Yep.
God.
All right, Fire Lord.
Super Scroll had a 75-point dial too.
75 was a sweet spot, I feel like, for certain things, in my opinion. Fire Lord, I think Fire Lord would be hard to make D, because I feel like he can't be outwitted. Like, even at 40 points, both point values, I think could see play.
Yeah, because
he's got to do some work.
He's got 10 move hyper. So here's the thing: he's got 10 move hypersonic with 4 range during that hypersonic. Starts in 1, he goes out and he like touches 15. That's like the whole map. At 40, he's got to be at least a B. He's a Fire Lord.
Sure. Yeah, and there's even argument to play him at 150 because that's a pretty lengthy dial. And he has the energy explosion, which after resolutions deal X damage to each character, where X is the number of other opposing characters adjacent to that character. I mean, he could deal a lot of damage.
He could,
because that's damage after resolutions.
Yep.
So you deal energy explosion, and then if there's 4 people around or however it is,
it's X is the number of other opposing characters adjacent to that character. So one character might take 1, and then one character might take 3, then another character might take 2, and another character would take 2, and then another one would take 3, depending on your
right. But either way, that's way more than potentially. You're still dealing the 2, and then you get additional damage that would go through. Well, it wouldn't go through anything, but it would still be extra. So that's why
you go through stop clicks.
Sure. Yes, you're right, but it gets through. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. So he's playable at 150. I don't know if I'm reaching for him, but like that's not bad. Like those are good stats. So I'm putting him at C. I don't know if the keywords are enough, so I have him in the Doom territory.
Yeah, that's fine. It's B. The Punisher, one of the figures in Modern that Punisher War Machine could split off into.
Yeah, D tier.
But he's D.
Fishman Triton, he's a D tier figure also.
Yep, he is indeed. Mr. Fantastic, Rare.
Oh wait, you guys said Triton was a D?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got prob. That's about his only redeeming quality.
But what about the dolphin thing? Does that not matter?
No.
Like I don't know what other dolphin figures there are.
No.
To gain keywords.
Man from BTU.
Aquaman.
He is a rare.
Yeah, but you can't use his team up card.
But does that matter? Doesn't he make water anyway?
He doesn't make water. He gets hypersonic if he's in water.
All right, I'll probably put D, but that's going to be one of those if we get later down the line and I find there's other dolphin figures I'm forgetting. He's not bad. Like if there's a way to make water, he's only 40 points. He has a prob, which is huge. And then if he could be able to use hypersonic and he's hypersonicking around, like I don't hate that for 40. 40 is a nice sweet.
Aquaman obviously is the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the top of at the current moment, I can't think of any others. So
yeah, I'm still calling him Drayton.
And Mr. Fantastic still sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, doesn't he though?
That 10 range outwit, pretty sweet, but no.
He's Dr. Dantastic.
Opposing characters within 4 squares in line of fire can't begin moving except during move actions. So that means they can't do like charge.
Sidestep.
Right.
Yeah, because those are you move.
Running shot.
Are those big moves or little moves? I can't remember off the top of my head. For running shot.
They're all moving. They're all little moves.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I don't think that's good enough at 60. It's close. I will argue it's close, but no.
Invisible Woman, another A for me.
Yeah, this one is good because she also gives stealth, which is huge. And then she also gives you stealth counter. And she has shield. So, like, she doesn't have the defend, which is what you probably are looking for Invisible Woman. She's kind of more of your, I protect you in a different way, which is she has stealth, she can see through hindering, and then she gives everyone adjacent the same capabilities. So I don't hate that. I like it more than the red Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
But 60, and she has Perplex at 60. That's not bad either. So, I mean, I don't know if it's an A tier. I just am going to have it in the same tier as the red one. It's B, but it's better than the B one, in my opinion.
Right. Thing with Alicia Grimm.
We skipped Torch.
Oh, Torch. We did. Sorry.
He's running shot Pulse Wave.
But he is super duper squishy.
Well, once again, you could give him stealth and power cosmic, which we'll get to.
I know, but you're just going to go punch him.
Sure, but you can try to protect him. I mean, I'm just looking at all the capabilities, and swap teams is the other thing I'm looking at.
Yeah, I mean, so I think the Fantastic Four swap that we're looking at, you're not playing with any of the Fantastic Four figures from this set other than the Invisible Women.
Well, we're about to get to another one in 4 figures that you're absolutely playing.
No, I get it. Franklin's a different story, but I mean, like, for the most part.
Yeah, the actual part of the 4 is what you're saying.
Yeah.
The actual Fantastic Four.
Right.
Yeah, he goes in D for me.
Keeping me on track, Alex.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's still a D for me. Y'all are gonna have to y'all can rank him higher if you want. I mean, you're not gonna convince me to get him out of D.
The Thing. Oh, sorry,
everybody. Yeah, Thing gives all the models in power for Fantastic Four.
So I would say for swap purposes, I know we're not talking about ones that make the figure. He is always going to be on your team to start with to give Alicia Grimm. Because she is a support piece, which I actually, you played this in Nationals last year to give me Alicia Grimm, and that's when support was bad. And it still was helpful. And so now that support's way better and that she gets it every time.
Right.
Yep.
She's super important. Now she can't heal Franklin. Franklin can only be healed by a Fantastic Four keyword and regen, but she can heal your other units, and she's a free piece. So because of that, I am putting him up to like a C or a B because I think he is important for that.
Yeah, I'm putting him at C just because you talk so highly of him here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're never getting to those cool attack parts where he has that cool attack where you could just KO him and he just gets through everything. You're probably not using it for that, but he's enough for C.
Ooh, I just realized that attack power. What if they have impervious? And you just do all of that, and they just...
Well, no, he deals penetrating.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So in some, they APOC Genesis roll out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, you don't have to worry about that.
I had to come up with some scenario here. All right,
Dr. Fantastic.
Here's a good one.
I remember being excited because we wanted to include this guy with Jason Weingard.
Mm-hmm. The Franklin Galactus pod.
They nipped that in the bud real fast.
No, they didn't, because you could just play Dr. Fantastic on your team with Jason Weingard.
Right. And it wasn't that great.
It never was played. But he can only make Franklin on his last 2 clicks. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Ugh.
Yep, not great.
Nope.
D for
Dr.
Darn.
Indeed.
Darn.
Golly, why do I remember being so excited about some of these figures?
Now,
the Human Torch.
This one I think is interesting. It is one where you get to kind of move between the dials. Like the clicks, you roll it, beginning of your turn, roll D6, 1 through 5. You go to that click number 6, you get to choose one. Like, that's not terrible because she's only 40.
She might be
because
it might be worth a C. Yeah,
because there's something there that you click 1, energy explosion's not bad. Pulse wave is obviously not bad. Hypersonic's obviously the best one, though the 11 for 4 RCE click 4 isn't bad either. Like, every click is usable if you're attacking.
I mean, Inside Blast is not bad either.
So in combination with the other Fantastic Four, so if she gets stealth, she gets some of the other ones, like, she could be potentially decent for 40 points. Now, 10 attack is kind of crummy, but 3 damage is big. Because we get a lot of...
You know what, Alex? 10 attack's not too crummy. These are just figures. There's none of that extraneous extra bullshit. It's just figures, man. Just figures.
So I'm going to have her as a C because she's unique. She does neat things.
Well, she's not unique. I mean, everything's a unique. But...
Right. Yeah, she is in Pulp.
Got him.
All right, Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank. Another S indeed.
Franklin's joining us. His sister Valeria up there in S rank.
Yep.
Indeed.
They're high-fiving. Yeah, we don't really need to go into Franklin because he was on my Nats team. He's incredibly good. Just even in Modern. So just to put him into Pulp, if you're playing Fantastic Four, you're playing with him. You're playing Fantastic Four wrong if you don't include Franklin Richards.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like, he's just too good in this format.
Yeah, I mean, in just those stats, at 11 for 4 in Pulp is really huge. Just like an 11 for 4 at 65 is still big in Modern as well.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to worry about, Switch coming in. Now, he does have to worry about... well, no, there's no power erasers in Pulp, right? So,
no.
Well, no, there is, but not the way we're thinking. Where he's actually in this set, and he is the last one we'll talk about, I think. He's not a power eraser, but he gets through Franklin's stuff.
Potentially.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get to him. But yes, if you don't have Franklin in S tier, then something's crazy.
Right.
Scroll General.
Oh man, we can't. No, never mind.
There's not enough scrolls to make him worth playing.
We can't, and you can't talk about the show. So every time I see a scroll, I'm like, oh yeah,
buddy. No, but it hasn't. Yeah, it hasn't been out long enough to talk about it.
Is there enough monsters to make Mole Man relevant?
Well, he gets around the limitation of moloids.
That's true. He does.
That is a big thing. Perplex is good because he could do it from anywhere.
If it's a monster.
If it's a monster, I don't know if it's 60 points good.
It's probably at least a C. I mean, he's not awful like some of these other figures.
No, he's not awful.
Okay, you've convinced me.
See.
Here's another one of the figures I forgot existed. I saw his little picture and I'm like, who is that? What? How did Shocker end up in here?
Yeah, it's a
yeah, it's living laser for those that are confused.
You can put all your all your Frightful 4 into the same bunch.
Basically, these are all not great.
I mean, Wizard is the best one of the bunch by a long shot.
I forgot Hydro Man.
Hydro Man, mate. Hey, there's my dolphin with the water. He does make water for what's his face? Triton.
Going to become a Frightful 4. All right, D, Sandman, D.
This isn't the good Sandman you might be thinking about. There is other Sandmen that are not bad. This one is not the one.
No.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, Brad. Wizard, he's the one that makes it work. He brings Wrecker onto Scientist in Modern, but he is a D for me.
He protected Outwit. I didn't realize he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 75 points is just so hard, man. Like, that's just not great. Once again, 50, I would maybe be on board with 50, but...
Gorgon's not doing anything for you either.
Yeah, Gorgon's a D.
Okay, here we go.
Silver Surfer.
Hey, we're ending on some high notes for this.
This is an S tier figure.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned.
I figure he's pretty much the tentpole for Pulp, other than Deathstroke. Like, if you don't want to play Deathstroke, and I think you could just play Deathstroke and Silver Surfer together and have a pretty dang good team.
Yeah, he is probably him and Franklin probably makes up a majority of your Fantastic Four team. Keep in mind, when you're doing swap, you don't determine their point costs until, like, he'll be on your sideline for her, but you could choose whether he's going to be 150 or 75.
Yeah.
So you could decide 75 isn't great, but it's not bad. I probably play him at 150, but either way, he is very good. Like, if I'm building Fantastic Four, I'm looking at, okay, Silver Surfer, Franklin, what else do I got? Because that's 215? 210? 215.
215.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, okay,
if it wasn't a Highlander format, like, I think like 2 Silver Surfers would be so good. Maybe he does have a weakness, and that is this next figure.
No, Karnak.
I mean, we saw during the pandemic. I mean, we did see Karnak swarms being a thing a couple times.
Karnak, I feel like, has to be a minimum C, just because he is, I think, one of the only I get through Power Cosmic and Protected Outwit.
You got it.
And he's 40 points. That's low.
People just forgot about him.
He could be carried up there, and because he has to have no action tokens, but he could be carried up there and just outwit and say, "Here you go. Let's go to town on this Silver Surfer. Let's go to town on whoever."
So after Fantastic Four was House of X, there was no other sets in the middle, or did we forget Spider-Man?
No, Spider-Man's in there.
Spider-Man was next. Okay, I'm just reading it wrong. Okay, we're going to Spider-Man. Never mind.
Yeah, Spider-Man. I have it next on the list.
You did. You had it wrong. I just clicked on it wrong.
Okay.
Lots of goodness here in Spider-Man, but not starting.
Yeah, so before we get to Spider-Man, a recap of Fantastic Four. If you guys have any objections, let us know in the chat. We are looking at the chat as we are
Yeah, and
doing
I
that.
think the other thing is that we will be posting these, on our Facebook page, facebook.com/clickstoff here in the next couple days. So,
Yeah, if you really took Swap out of Fantastic Four, there would be less than 10 figures probably above D. Swap is really the only reason Fantastic Four has a lot of pieces outside of the S tier, obviously. But overall, it does not hold up super well. But I don't even think that's power creep. I think just the set in general, that none of these figures were that great back then.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I know it was pandemic, but that doesn't. Back then, when we got the set, we weren't thinking we were going to be in pandemic forever. We thought, it's got to be a little bit. So, like, building with the set, it's like, but this was, keep in mind, the first Fantastic Four set back. Like, fantastic. So we were hyped about this. It's like, right. Fantastic Four's back, baby. It's been years, and we got a set, and it was that. I think that's what put the little rose glasses on the set a little bit, was finally we got it back.
Right. So I think as a reminder, like, this Spider-Man set included the Secret Identity figures. So I see the roll tag Secret Identity, and I don't think I want to rate anything with a Secret Identity lower than a C.
That's fair.
Just by default, right? Because, like, this is what the figure turns into, and, like, the autonomous figures, like, as we go through them, like the whatever the Secret Identities, right? They're plainclothes versions. Those are all A tier figures minimum, because there's no, like, Doom 67 to ruin them. They're just insanely good to take additional actions at no cost, or, like, no cost out of your action total.
And a lot of these, I mean, we'll get to them, but I feel like a lot of these were borderline modern anyway. If they weren't just clear, that a lot of them were like, oh, can I fit can I fit Gwen Stacy or some of these others? Brad, no, we're not. What we're doing is we're starting with the oldest modern set, and then going set to set up to the most recent. And this is going to be kind of a multi-live stream thing. So we're not focusing on Fantastic Four. That's just the first set we started with.
Yeah, because I've already got Spider-Man up on my screen, so I'm just ready to stick Spider-Man 001 into C. Again, Iron Man is a Secret Identity.
Iron Man.
She goes into C because that's Mary Jane.
Does he? I mean, Mary Jane's going to be like an S tier figure.
Okay, so hold on, time out. Before we get too far, I know you said everything in C, but I'm trying to think of, once again, my tier maker. I think of, are there any that are better than the other Secret Identities? Is this the only Secret Identity for Peter? I think it is, right? For the first Spider-Man 001.
Yeah.
Or did he have a different one? I could not remember.
It's the only one available in Pulp, as far as I know.
Okay. Yeah, if that's the case,
and
then
like in that,
I might put him at B, because I think Peter. I think Peter is.
It's easy for me. These Secret Identity figures are instantly A's.
Like Iron Man attached to Mary Jane. Mary Jane's an S tier fig, right?
You know what? Did y'all put Karnak as a C? Where did y'all put Karnak?
I put him in my B tier.
Yeah. I have him as B also, yes.
Sorry, that's where I needed to put him. Sorry, Paul. I didn't mean to put him in C. My bad, guys.
Yeah, no, he's definitely B, arguably A. Like, I'm actually going to move him up to A, because I think if you're playing non-theme, it depends on how popular Cosmic is, which I know it is for Silver Surfer. Does Blue Marvel have Protected Outwit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, he could be even S tier, arguably.
Right.
For sure. So I am weighing back to Secret Identities.
Like we out with Deathstroke's like mastermind. It's like stock clicked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to that tier for me.
Yeah, he is maybe
I just
slept on
is like you see Karnak on the team, he just immediately becomes the biggest threat, like the biggest target.
Yeah, probably.
Just gotta try to protect him. So back to Secret Identities. My ranking of Secret Identities is going to be based off of how I feel the main figure does. So like,
the figures are all doing great. I've already been thinking about them. So
right, but they're going to be on the sideline of those teams with those figures on them, right? So does that make them the same tier or not?
Oh, wait a minute. Did the new Snap season launch right now?
Did it?
No. Jackson, get out of here with that. We don't need a distraction.
Shit, I gotta buy the new season pass, guys.
You've got time. Yeah, so I have the Spider-Man 001 as B.
Let's go.
What about Iron Man? Do we think Iron Man is better than the She?
Iron Man, I brought in Iron Man. You know, it was Iron Man or She Venom or She Hulk or whatever it was.
She Venom.
Yeah, She Venom. I did them both. So
right. Well, there's so few sideline figures. You're probably going to have them on all of them on there, right? I mean,
potentially. So I'll have Iron Man as A.
I mean, he's going to be with Mary Jane. Mary Jane's going to be an S.
Yeah, I mean, I'm moving with the B, but like, so Iron Fist is a D.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Prowler is not bad.
Let's get that premium snap pass, baby.
Okay. Well, I thought you were excited about Prowler, not.
We're
moving on to Prowler, and I hear Dan go, ooh. And then I start looking at their Prowler. I'm like, 30 points for Perplex and a free smoke cloud for 3 markers is honestly not that bad. With stealth being strong, I feel like Prowler is at least a C.
Yeah, he's a D for me.
For 30 points of Perplex and free smoke cloud? Like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he's D for me. I mean, he's only a C for you, so.
I'm just, well, D for me is just he's garbage. C is like, well, he's kind of playable.
Yeah.
That's how
Black Cat.
Yeah.
Black Cat. Black Cat gains the keyword of anybody on your starting force, and she keeps them from re-rolling 1s and 2s.
So she got a buff because of the nerf to prob ranges, because prob is now 4 as opposed minimum 4. Mm-hmm. So if they don't have a range over 4, she is pretty much always going to get anybody that targets her. So she gets a buff. If she had prob herself, that would be better.
Right.
Kind of weird that she doesn't, but so probably a D for me. Is the keyword?
I think she's at least a C tier.
Yeah, she's probably a C because of the keyword cheating and I mean, you play her with the other Black Cat that gives them, you know, protected prob or whatever.
Well, I mean, I don't know why you'd play that with this one. This one is like if they have protected prob, then they won't ever use the prob. But either way, I'll put her at C for the keyword cheating, but that's about it.
Black Widow goes to D tier, I think, for me.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we're getting to the sets that you have optional equipment, and you can't use any of the optional equipment. So,
right.
So that is a bummer.
Ooh, so, Venom. This is what Eddie turns into.
Yes.
Oh gosh, excuse me. He's a B for sure. I mean,
yeah, that's kind of where I'm putting my secret identities that aren't upper tier.
Yeah, sorry for sneezing there, guys. I couldn't mute fast enough.
I keep looking over to chat to interact, but it's all snap talk, so I'm just kind of
new season, baby. The Phoenix Force launched.
Okay,
a really good card. Cool. Deathlock, funny enough.
I forget. This is another figure I forgot existed.
Yeah, he's awful.
Now he does see through hindering, and he ignores characters and all of that, and he gets to pick a damage power. But 75 for 5 clicks is bad. So
that's right.
Nope.
Bombshell. Nope.
Reading her card real quick. Knockback damage. So what's funny is these figures were around when knockback damage was a thing, and then knockback damage went away, but then knockback damage came back. So these figures get the benefit to how they were originally built for knockback damage. I don't think the other Bombshell is going to be worth playing, so this one is garbage. So it's a D.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Tombstone's probably a D tier too.
Yep. Tombstone.
Tombstone was a sealed winner, I feel like, because he's like, oh, I've got he would just run up, stand in front of you, and say, I've got impervious that you can't get through. Enjoy. But other than that, no, Tombstone is bad.
Nobody can make Carnage minions, right?
Not in this.
Not in Pulp, no.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so D, unfortunately.
Now, is the maximum Carnage trait like 30 points? KO.
D, but not much more than that.
It's flurry, sidestep, 10 for 2. Precision. Like, I feel like that is a C worthy because it is Pulp. It is a flurry. I know he could just get shot, but he has shape change. So, like, I don't hate that for 30 points. That's a lot. It's a typical Carnage minion type guy.
Does Eddie turn into
yes.
Toxin? Yeah,
yep.
So that's a B. Yeah, I mean, because Eddie's good.
I don't know. I'm looking at Toxin versus Venom. And there's others, right? Anti-Venom is another one he could turn into.
I know, but that's the best part.
No, Flash can turn into Flash turns into anti-Venom. Flash goes down.
Gotcha. Right. Thank you. I don't hate it. It'll be right there with Venom. That's fine.
Yeah, so I think Harry's going to be my only A. Secret identity because his special thing is support.
Support's good.
All right.
Yeah.
You're meaning that because all the others are going in S? Is that what you're
baby? Mary Jane Watson.
If you want support, just play Aunt May. Mary Jane Watson's an S tier figure, and we know.
Harry is actually going to be a B for me. I don't see anyone reaching for him for 30 for just support with, like you said, Jason, with
Aunt May for 10.
Yeah, like third of the cost. I know
maybe he gets bumped down to B.
Well, it is autonomous support, so let's not forget that aspect of it.
Yeah,
like that's big enough for B, but so he doesn't go into C by any means.
He's in my B tier, but yeah.
Eddie Brock.
Well, you skipped Mary Jane because everyone
she's
Mary Jane's S.
She's an S tier. We don't need to talk about her anymore.
Well, we need to say it. So
she's an S tier. Period.
Said it.
Right.
How do you guys feel about Eddie?
I feel like
11 for 3.
Autonomously an S and 11 for 3 with plastic booby and shape change.
I think he's an A. His keywords aren't great. Monster is good.
Doesn't matter. Just play them all together.
That's not true. But like, it isn't that team. Like, theme. Theme doesn't matter. It does matter. It's just not nearly as important. It just helps dictate, like, oh, am I reaching for Eddie or am I reaching for like a Peter Parker instead? I'm probably reaching for Peter, as opposed to Eddie. So I have Eddie as a because he does have good swap ins, and he's definitely better than Osborn.
But I'm reaching for somebody else altogether. But
yeah, for someone like Peter, though, like Peter at least gives you prob, which I think is important in this set or in this format. He has Avengers, like he has options. So I like Peter. Peter is not an S tier for me though.
Oh, Peter is by far an S tier.
For just the prob?
He's got super duper senses. He's got the end cap. He's got prob.
But you don't want him. You don't want him to hit super senses.
I do. That's fine.
Why?
So
don't you want him?
You don't give up points.
Okay, but don't you want him to typically go to Spider-Man at some point?
Nah, that means they're not scoring a 35. They're not trying to get into my points. No.
Okay.
Different mindsets. He's an S for sure.
Aaron Davis, on the other hand, though, now he turns into a rare Iron Spider. He gives you a Perplex, Sinister Syndicate. That means he does work with the Amazing Spider-Man ones, which we have good ones that are in Pulp, decent ones that are in Pulp at least. So I think he is up there with A for me. Man, it's hard for me to put him in A, I guess. How do you guys feel about him?
I don't know. I don't see him get a ton of play. I'm gonna put him in B tier.
He's Perplex though.
I know there's lots of Aaron in a B. Yeah. Uncommon Spider-Man. Oh gosh, he doesn't get his equipment. D.
Yeah, like him. Demi-Goblin. Macendale turns into him.
Yeah, we're getting him to Brad. He's coming up. It's Flash Thompson is who you're talking about. Yeah, this Spider-Man is not good. I remember everyone getting hyped for it because it was Miles. I think was this the first Miles we had in a while? I feel like because it was Ultimate's Miles. I feel like people were hyped about this one, and then it's like, blah.
Yeah.
Demi-Goblin. This goes with the Jason. Massive damage, which we have not covered yet.
Yeah, B. Massive good, right?
He's the one that says you can't use Mystics within 4.
Yeah. And he's
12 for 2. Yeah, he's not.
There's some pretty good enhancement. Yeah. I'm big on these guys. I mean, there's no Doom 67 to fuck them over. And, I mean, you just talk about these guys just chip damage, chip damage, chip damage. Get in there, turning shit off. Boom, boom, boom. At 2 turns in a row. That's going to be a lot harder for a lot of forces to overcome than I think you're giving it credit for.
Yeah, we're kind of skipping to Jason, but we'll talk about Macendale later. Demi-Goblin is one of the better ones because it gives precision strike, and then he could like shoot through blocking. I assume that's destroy blocking, right? Or is that
right? It is.
It's just straight shoot through blocking. It doesn't say destroy on the card here.
It's destroy blocking.
Okay.
It doesn't.
So like that's good. So it's a B. Prowler. I mean, like you said, it's hard to put these in anything but B.
Right.
Like same with all right, American Son is probably the first one I might put in D or as C because he's just.
You know what?
American.
He's probably not good. Norm is going to turn into the Green Goblin, I think, more often. I'll give you that.
Yeah. American Son, I remember seeing him like, oh, this is neat. Oh, no, it's not. Because it's like that Trey, first time he would KO an opposing character, he's probably not KOing anybody with an 11 for 2. So.
Got it.
Deathlock's garbage.
We're getting there, Brad. We're almost there.
Deathlock's garbage.
Deathlock's garbage. Yeah, we're trying to move it along.
Yeah. Deathlock is bad. Hammerhead. Jason
Steel Serpent. We skip Steel Serpent.
Oh, you're right. We did skip Steel Serpent.
I didn't. I said D.
Hey, and this was also the time when scope reuse was incredibly bad. Like, if you look at these pictures, and you could see almost every single figure has another sculpt that looks like it could have been a prime. Like Steel Serpent, clearly Iron Fist. Like all of these have a copy. Steel Serpent is bad. Same with Hammerhead. There's obviously Tombstone.
He's going in my B tier. Hammerhead is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Syndicate. He's Sinister Syndicate, and gives him destroy blocking.
Yeah, C tier for that exact reason. Yeah, I agree with that. Destroy blocking's pretty big.
Bombshell's garbage.
Well, he does adjacent friendly characters with Sinister Syndicate modify range +2.
Oh, I see the Sinister Syndicate.
Yeah, you said that Bombshell wasn't playable. That's a D.
Yeah, no, she's bad because she's 60 points and just gets walloped.
Norman Osborn.
All right, so here's what Brad was talking about. Norman, he helps against Deathstroke.
Mm-hmm. No Mastermind.
Opposing characters within 4 can't use Mastermind. He's got leadership, outwit, a ton of keywords, and then he just isn't going to die immediately because he can switch to Green Goblin, not Iron Patriot, and he can't switch to Red Goblin. So it's going to have to be he switches to Green Goblin. So how high are you putting Norman?
I mean, is there a tier higher than S?
I don't know if he's going to be, because once again, S is consistent.
No, Norm's a big dog.
I think Norm is an A, unless Deathstroke. Like, I know Deathstroke is going to be everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how often I'm reaching for Norman. I'm putting him at A. I think he's consistently, but I think Avenger teams, Deathstroke teams, maybe Fantastic Four teams aren't reaching for him, and I think they will do better. So that's why I don't have him at S.
Yeah, he's going to my A tier, I think.
All right. Gwen Stacy.
Gwen is really, really good.
Yeah, opposing characters within 4 squares can't use super senses. That's great against with the new Spider-Man TA change. She helps get around a lot of that nonsense.
Yep.
So
she turns into Ghost Spider. Yeah.
Ghost Spider is she can turn into Ghost Spiders are rare, right?
Ghost Spiders are rare.
Yes, it is a rare.
All right, so that would leave us with
Flash Thompson.
Yep.
Is like a good figure.
Oh yeah.
He's got Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Shield. Opposing characters within 4 can't use shape change. That's big.
Mm-hmm. Like, I love Flash Thompson. He's got to be like S tier. Like,
oh yeah, he's S tier for sure. There's no doubt.
Yeah, he should be if he's not. He has such good like people that like he turns into Venom, which is Agent Venom, which is really, really good.
Yeah, once again I have him as A tier just because I don't know those 3 teams that I'm seeing at the top.
He's an Avenger. Like, he's an Avenger.
I don't know if I'm reaching for him with Avengers. So maybe.
I think you can definitely do it.
But I see those 3 teams and I don't know if they're reaching for all of these consistently.
Well, maybe they should be, Alex.
You're right.
Maybe.
Hadn't considered that.
That is a good point, Jason.
Like, if you're gonna play Avengers and you're not looking at this figure, you're missing out.
Jason Masondale. Sinister Syndicate, but I think he's actually kind of bad.
I think he can be an A.
I don't. So his main thing, opposing characters within 4 can't use Mystics.
I think that's the weakest one of the bunch.
My biggest issue is that he doesn't have a reducer or anything. So he still gives up 25 points if you take out the replacement, right? So he gives up 50 if he goes and the other one goes. I could see someone running out with Flurry, hitting him once, and I probably wouldn't switch him to a secret identity unless I knew that secret identity could take the other attack of a Flurry.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to switch him.
Yeah, but I think he doesn't give enough for just 25 points. 25 points for 12 for 2 is just not good for me. So like that's a B, like bottom of B. No, I'm actually gonna put him at C. I really don't think he's good.
Whoa! I think he's an A.
That's crazy.
I'm not that high. on him. Daniel Burkhart though gets rid of stealth and has perplex
and Sinister Syndicate, which is better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do like him. Now he doesn't have the. Yeah, he's an A. I know Jason Mason also had stealth. I get that, but like Jason didn't have anything else going with him. Like he just had RCE. Daniel at least has perplex, and he gets through stealth. So that's enough for an A for me. Riot.
Right. Yeah.
Riot is a D.
D. Yeah, I'm not gonna play Riot. Agent Venom is like really good. I feel like
this is what Flash turns into. So has to be an A because that's where I have Flash.
Yeah, it's a B. I mean, because
for all this, you may go roll a D6. Yeah, he's not good enough to play. I'm looking at any of these to see if they're good enough to play on their own.
Yeah, like I would always just have him on my sideline.
Yeah, he's not good enough to play on his own, but that's okay. Yeah, I agree, Paul. I have Daniel Burkhart as a B or as an A. I'm sorry, I have him as an A. I think he has enough powers to be worth it. She-Venom
also attaches to Mary Jane.
Oh baby, oh Spider Thanos. Yeah, I mean she's a B. She goes in there with all the other secret identities.
I have her as an A because I think I have her based off of. I have all of them one tier down from whatever their main figure is. Mary Jane's an S, so She-Venom and Iron Man are.
I like her better than Iron Man if I'm turning into him.
Yeah, I mean I did a little bit of both back in the day. I mean that wasn't an uncommon thing for me to do.
The immobile thing is big. Her range is better on the smaller maps for 5.
Yeah.
Like that's not bad. So I don't hate it.
Oh, you're talking about Mary Jane and Iron Man. Don't forget that they work with War Machine now for the sideline.
Yep, that's true.
Oh, even more the reason to play Mary Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So good. Yeah, outside of Pulp, like Mary Jane fell off because of some of the changes, right? Like she can't just steal objects anymore because objects aren't on the field. So she fell off in Modern, but War Machine, I think, brings her back to where it's like she's real good. And in Pulp, same thing. She's still incredibly good. Also because she could potentially bring a War Machine. She's now super annoying. She just runs up there and she dares you to hit her. Like, please hit me. So I turn into Iron Man and bring in War Machine. Please. And I only give up like 50 points when I do that. 60 maybe.
Yep.
Molten Man though is not good.
Garbage. Yeah.
Well, he only takes 1 from attacks. So like his short dial, you initially look at it, you're like, this is really, really bad, which it is.
It's just an outwittable power, though.
Well, it's not. It's not.
No, never mind. It's protected outwit.
But he doesn't have a move and attack.
That's where he falls short, and that's Molten Man into a D.
Yeah, that's his big detriment. All right, so this is Norman or Harry can turn into this, I believe. Right, he doesn't get his pumpkin bombs, but adjacent friendly characters with the Sinister Syndicate keyword modify +1 or 2 if they're targeting Spider-Man, which is okay. Precision strike when he's attacking 2+ characters. He can destroy up to 3 objects or pieces of blocking. That's pretty big too.
Ooh.
So
that's pretty good.
That might be playable on its own. No, we're not scoring points.
Not 75. Yeah, not 75. 50 maybe.
Yeah.
Mysterio.
Ooh, mysteriously. Does he?
So this is
anybody? Is he worth
Daniel Burkhart.
Burkhart, and turns into him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, B for me. Pretty easy.
Yeah, A for me because that's where I have Daniel, and I think this one is actually, this one is good too because of the whole adjacent friendly characters. Sinister Syndicate can use shape change, like that. That's pretty big as well. Like I don't think I'm playing him at 50, but if I'm playing Daniel, I'm obviously playing this Mysterio.
Yeah.
And he does have the once per turn. He can use mind controls free, but the target to make a close attack and only to target characters occupying smoke. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. But
and Ghost Spider is next. I mean, she's probably B tier. You're not playing her on her own, I don't think.
yeah, she's
not for 85 points.
No.
Yeah, she's up there with Gwen, wherever Gwen is.
Yeah.
Gwen's an S tier, but Marvella is also an S tier.
Oh my gosh, Marvella's is an S tier all on her own.
I almost forgot about Marvella, to be honest.
Gosh.
We were talking about Iron Man and She-Venom. I'm like, yeah. And I completely forgot that because I'm used to playing Marvella on her own. And so like I forgot she's also a secret identity for Mary Jane. So yeah, she's S tier.
Yeah, Mary Jane is like so freaking good.
Yeah.
Completely forgot about that.
For sure.
Yeah, Iron Patriot's probably going into B tier, probably, right?
He's the secret identity, right?
Yeah, Norman turns into him.
Yeah, that's the better one for Norman to turn into.
Yeah, and he has that special perplex that he could choose like attack, and you modify it on all friendly characters that share a keyword within 6 in line of fire. Now his keywords are bad, but it still could come into play. So that's probably a B.
Hobgoblin's too much points to play on his own.
Yeah, but
Jason Jason Masondale. That's the one I have in C tier because he's bad, and this isn't good.
No, he's not great.
Like I get that I can smell your sins. Once per turn, when opposing character hits, you may give them a sim token, and they can't use shape change. And Hobgoblin can free make an attack, but only to target characters with the sin. Blah 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 blah. Like that's neat, but like Hobgoblin's probably dying immediately after. Like, look, Jason had no reducers, dies into a 3. Out comes Hobgoblin, who has no reducers, just barrier, who also dies in 3. So like, he's just not great.
It's a stinker. Jack O'Lantern's also a stinker.
But who turns into Jack O'Lantern?
Daniel Burkhart. Like, I think I'm just turning into Mysterio though. Like,
that's true. All right.
The Spot. That's an interesting one.
S tier, baby.
I want to see people play the Spot.
So he is Sinister Syndicate, and he does give him the move action 10, which is huge, right? Like that's massive.
I mean, he does his flurry thing, right? Don't forget he does his flurry through walls and stuff.
Yeah. I think if you're building Sinister Syndicate, you've got to play him. Like, I think he's just good enough for that at 50.
Playing a team, you just play him.
I'm not going that far. Like, at all. But I think at A is a good spot.
All right.
White Rabbit.
White Rabbit. Not an Ultra Chase.
Nope. The bystander is not very good because you actually have to hit, and that's going to be a little hard because she could just die.
Ain't nobody playing her. Let's be real.
Right, D.
Yeah, no. D.
Which guy turns into Iron Spider?
It says under real
Aaron Davis.
Yeah, it says real name who they are.
Aaron Davis turns into Iron Spider.
Yeah, B.
So giving everyone all Sinister Syndicate an 18 defense, leadership outwit when he uses leadership succeeds, choosing equipped, well, that doesn't do much.
It doesn't help in Pulp, yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably a C. Goes down there with Hobgoblin and all of them. But here's another piece I forgot existed.
Carrion, man.
Yeah, Carrion. I'm like, oh yeah, you.
I'm probably not. I don't see anybody playing this dude either.
Yeah, 50 points. He's got to exploit sidestep when adjacent opposing character begins a move. Carrion goes with him. He's got the maximum carnage thing. When a poison, when he uses it and damage opposing character, he deals 1 penetrating to each adjacent. All of that's not bad, but he could just get shot through invulnerability. He's close. I would say he's close, but he's just not there.
Nobody's playing him.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Anti-Venom goes in B tier with the other secret identities. He goes to Flash.
He goes to A with Flash for me. Because he gets support, and then support is free. Like, you don't even have to spend points for that support.
Yeah.
Now, what was it? I remember Scream being worse. Oh, that was the Prime. It was worse. Something.
You're thinking of the Prime, probably.
Yeah. No. So she's a D.
Yeah. Giant Reach 3, Blades Claws, 40 points. Super Senses and Shape Change and Plasticity. That's a lot. But probably not enough. Yeah, once again, 40 is hard for me. 40 is that like sweet spot. Like 40 is the new 50. Where it's like, oh, you're 40 points. I'm considering you now because I could play one of you and still have a lot of points left. She's not quite there.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that's saying Shriek is a D. Gorn.
Wait.
What?
What? So Shriek can just use Pulse Wave if she has no action tokens. She has Pen, Psy, and when she makes a ranged attack, targeted characters can't use Super Senses. So that's pretty good. For the turn. So she just turns it off.
It's pretty good.
And she has maximum carnage, and she's only 45.
I like her.
Like that's a lot. I know it's only ESD. But I mean, that's still a lot. Like, that might be enough for a C consideration. Because she does a lot of stuff with that. And she's a 10 range effectively, which once again is pretty good on a map nowadays. Blue Rhino's talking about Spot and Mobius. We're not going to get to Mobius in a while.
Right.
But when we get...
Yeah,
that's a pretty good combo. I haven't seen it be played, but
yeah, it is. It is a great combo, I think.
Scorn is way too many points.
Yeah, way too.
Yeah, we ain't playing that.
No,
not at 85
or Spider Carnage for that matter either.
Really. 40 points.
He don't have any moving attack, like does he?
Well, okay, wait.
He has sidestep.
Wait, no, he has. Hold on, I'm looking at HC units, and it has this one wrong. So hold on.
Has it wrong?
Yeah, it shows an attack power. I assume that's his movement power, right?
It's his movement power. Yeah.
Power action, make 3 attacks. Maximum damage is 3. And then you have the maximum carnage thing proccing after that. Shape change super senses. So, like, we were talking about, is Monster good enough? Like, he would probably be in consideration, maybe, because 3 attacks is 3 attacks. TK, somehow get him over there. I don't hate
3 attacks, Dan.
But it's a power action. That's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a power action.
I'll put him at C, because a lot of attacks is still worth something. So someone may try.
He's not trash. I'm not saying he's trash. Don't get me wrong.
Well, C to me is, once again, someone might try a monster team and throw him on.
Sure.
All right. Do we have the strength in us to go through House of X?
We do.
I think we overestimated how great we're feeling. I don't know if we'll get the Future Foundation.
I'm feeling pretty good right now.
I'm feeling pretty good. I could probably use another glass of bourbon, but I have to go downstairs for that, so probably not going to do that.
So before we move on to House of X, because that is the next one, how do you feel about Carnage? It's definitely way better for me than Fantastic Four. This might be one of the first ones where I have more in C and above than I do in D.
This is a great set. We knew it was. It was always a great set.
Yeah, it was never a bad set in my opinion.
Yeah, it had some stinkers, obviously.
I mean, this is the best Spider-Man set that they ever did, as far as I'm concerned.
Ever.
Yeah, ever.
Bold statements here.
I mean, top to bottom.
I'm not feeling too bold. I'm feeling pretty good about it all. Yeah.
This set from top to bottom is just a super solid set. If you got a better Spider-Man set, then you tell me what it is.
I don't at the top of my head. So, Sinister Foes. No, I'm just kidding.
Superior Foes.
Oh, Superior. Yeah. That's how bad it was. Is I don't remember the name of it. So, yeah, House of X once again, another set with a Fantastic Forces and not a like a starter set. So if it was a starter set, they'd probably have figures that would fit in here. But it doesn't have the same set symbol. And once again, team up cards are not legal. So this set had a lot of team up cards.
House of X.
Ooh, gosh.
Now,
first set with the new sculpt changes, by the way.
Yep. And once again, keep in mind, Professor X is banned. Magneto is not. So
yeah,
that raises a little bit for Brotherhood.
By the way, if they figured out that these things need to be banned in Pulp, how do you think we feel about them in Modern?
Yeah, so once again, Magneto affects Brotherhood, Acolytes, and Hellfire Club. Those are the 3 keyword swaps. So keep that in mind as we're going through this, that might elevate some figures a little bit. Right. But swap does matter.
Yeah.
But not for Rachel.
Not for Rachel. She's a D.
Because X-Men does not have swap. So
Forge is the +2 perplex guy, but he's 60.
And he has to share 2 keywords.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's a D.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of the Fast Forces one.
Fast Forces one, probably. Yeah, you're thinking of that.
Entirely possible, folks. Entirely possible.
Remember, this ain't Prime Bishop either.
No, it's definitely not Prime Bishop. I think House of X takes a little bit dip here in our excitement because it was just really not a great set.
Well, okay, let's not forget and we're going to get to some of these figures. Krakoan Revival will be a thing. It is a thing in Pulp. There are Krakoan Revival figures. So that is something to keep in mind. That some of these figures, it's like, oh, they've got a short dial, low points, not great, but they could come back.
Yeah, but you're not bringing back this Bishop. He's not worth bringing back.
No. This was still back when WizKids had bad primes. Well, no, Bishop Prime was good, but they still hadn't figured out primes, and usually if you are the non-prime version, you're probably bad.
Yeah, Brian, the Fast Forces, if they're legal for Pulp. We haven't ran into one where it's legal for Pulp yet, so just keep that in mind.
Wolverine, Charge, Flurry, Exploit, Precision Strike.
So this is the one that has the super expensive team-up cards that could be good on his own?
Like because of the team up that you can't play?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we thought about him, right? Because you just pack him up and then Krakoan Revival him. That was the thought at the moment when he came out.
No, he's not good. I think there's probably a better Wolverine, maybe.
He's not bad.
He's a C for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna at least C on him. He's charged 40 exploit.
60 points though. We were just looking at
Spidey. There are better. I grant you, there are better charge 40 exploit pieces for cheaper.
Stealth is the key thing for me, but
yeah.
I just don't think that's good enough. 60 points. We've got two other X-Men sets? 3 maybe to talk about?
Well, there ain't much in the way of Wolverine, though. It's legal in Pulp if you want a Wolverine, though.
That's probably fair, but it's still a D for me. I don't think people are reaching for this one specifically.
Psylocke.
Was this the broken Psylocke or was it the uncommon?
No.
That they had to fix.
That was the uncommon, I think.
No, this one. Yes, you're right. It is the uncommon. Yeah, because that was back when it's like you can mind control and choose blades or something crazy. I don't remember.
Yeah,
she just really kept getting to do mind control over and over again.
Once per turn, when uses either and hits after resolution, she can use the other one at no cost.
That was what the uncommon Psylocke did.
Right. I'm reading this.
Yeah, she just kept mind controlling over and over again.
What do you guys think about this one, though? Is it D? 50 points, stealth, sidestep, flight, in-cap, mind control, so she can mind control and then in-cap? Yeah, it's probably too bad.
Yeah, it's a...
Yeah. Cypher is pretty damn good, though.
Yeah, he's your TK barrier perplex.
Yeah, he targets 2 characters.
He could use barrier and knock people back.
He's a B for me.
Yeah, I agree with him.
He's a pretty solid support piece.
Sunspot is an instant D because charge pulse wave should not exist.
Yeah, options, they say. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The option to stay in my box and not getting used.
Sun Sage.
Sun Sage? That's what I heard.
Sage.
Sage.
A good one.
Sage does nothing that Cypher doesn't already do better.
Well, leadership. So it's like you're losing the barrier.
Yeah.
You're losing the leadership. You're getting you're losing the perplex. You gain a leadership. She also has stealth. And she could see through. Well, he could see through things also.
He sees the characters. She don't.
I'll put her at C just in case you need the leadership. You're probably reaching for Cypher, but 40 points for those 3 powers and stealth isn't bad.
Beast.
That's a beast.
Yep.
This is the carry beast, right?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh.
This is the blah stealth beast.
D. Yeah. Thanks for pulling me out of that one, guys.
Well, don't get excited about... I mean, not that anyone ever will get excited about Havoc, but he is also bad, so D.
Polaris, this isn't the good one either.
Well, no, this is... Well...
So this is not the good one that has the Hellfire Gallon, but anyway.
No, yes, but this one was one that was pretty good back in the day when TK was so prevalent, and it's like, haha, for the Flash TK. Because it's like, oh, I use the Flash TK and I move you up 2. And it's like, okay, well, you got placed, so I place you back 2.
I mean, this one does some cool stuff, because she has knockback with an energy explosion.
You know what? She might be worth a C.
She does make your TK only worth 2 squares.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That is good enough for a C in my book, because it's like, what limited TK you have, she kind of just makes that a sidestep.
What was that other figure that did that? There was something that did something similar.
You're thinking of Mr. Oz?
Maybe.
No, Mr. Oz, there's something.
Yeah, like, Mr. Oz would have done the same thing in this situation.
Yeah. So that was pretty annoying. So just imagine what it is now. It's like after
well,
TK.
Could you imagine? I don't know if anybody ever played it, but Mr. Oz with Polaris. And nowadays, and these rules would have made your TK worth 0.
Yep.
Silver combo. Yeah.
There you go. Womp, womp, womp.
Enjoy that. Enjoy that Venom Mags free TK.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
So that puts us at Domino.
Yep, we're at Domino, which is a no-go. Probably D go to Dio.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a domino. Got problem. Yep.
She's close, but no.
Shard.
Here's Shard, whose best use as a Pog, representation
Of
for
Shard.
the Prime Bishop.
The Prime B.
Yep. So Trinary. Trinary has to be a C because she does stuff with robots. You could choose someone 50 or less and make them a robot, right? Or choose a friendly with robot. No, you choose a robot and they don't count against team. Sorry. She doesn't just make anybody a robot.
She makes robot X-Men, basically. Can make them on the team anyway, without drawbacks.
All right. Sinister Clone. D.
20-point perplex.
Maybe
Yeah.
C. Just because.
Yeah, you only get one of them, but we get a Sinister. I think that makes them, right?
I think so.
Is there a Sinister that makes them? Anytime I see a low point figure, I feel like there is one, but maybe not. Maybe he was. No, I don't think we do.
It's so hard to remember what.
No, I don't think we get anybody that makes them. We're making a bunch of Pogs in Pulp. Aaliyah Gregor a thing.
Could be
Paparazzi. Yeah,
I think there's other stuff.
Maybe Aaliyah gets a C. Maybe.
The guys from Dial H built the drop-off team for Pulp with her that I saw the other day. But I forget exactly what all was on it now. I definitely give her a C. She's not a D for, I don't think, by any means.
I'm trying to think of. So we also have like Red Ghost who makes some things. We have. I don't know enough if there's enough Pog teams. I mean, Alicia Grimm, Don Greenwood.
I mean, Aaliyah has done a bunch of stuff in Modern, so she's probably worth a consideration of B.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately just really drawing a blank on.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on
who makes
Pog makers.
Yeah, that's what I'm struggling with is, oh yeah, this is a Pog. So like down the road, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I forgot that like Clayface makes duplicates, or like negative spirits from like I'm just literally going through now. Negative Man with negative spirits. So I have her as a B because we are not in the world of Carnage symbiotes, the Carnage Silver Surfers, where you're really worried about, oh, am I going to give up healing to bystanders? So like if there's enough bystanders out there, then yes, she's great because she just buffs them up. Take her along, and if she dies, oh well, she's 20 points.
Right.
She probably buffed up your Pog. So yeah, she's a B because I think maybe a bystander team does exist. I just haven't looked. I might need to be honest.
I think you'd be pleasantly surprised, Alex.
I hope so. Elixir is not good because his whole support thing doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Crow and Revival is meh. And then the whole healing X-Men might be okay, but not enough to pay 40 points for. So he's a bleh. He's a D.
All right. D. Move him down into order. The awkwardly sized Corsair.
The giant man, basically.
Yeah. D, though. Can't use his
This figure helped win me a factory set. I love this figure.
If you had team up cards,
event, Jason?
Huh?
Did you play him in that event or something?
Sure did. I played Summer's Family.
That's right. If you could do team up cards, he would be playable because you could make like a Shi'ar or something. But without him, he's just kind of a meh 60 points. So, and Claudie, we're getting to rare Emma. We're getting there.
That's right.
All right, we're in the uncommons now. Uncommon Cyclops.
D.
11 for 4, but he's 75 points.
Yeah, I just can't even look at a figure if it's 75. It just, I mean,
yeah,
like, just can't look at it. Just not worth it. Just, it's not going to be worth the points.
Not in this set, anyway.
Yeah, same with Marvel Girl. I mean, okay, well, wait. Marvel Girl is a Krakoan revival. I feel like that
Marvel Girl might be the play. No, Marvel Girl's 80. Isn't there a cheaper version of her at some point coming up?
Not Marvel Girl. There's an Emma and a few other pieces that have Krakoan revival, but she's a C because I feel like Krakoan revival's enough of a gimmick to make her where she has to be played, like, or she could be played.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree with it.
The downside, Keith, is that Doc Ock is the one you're referencing is a super rare. So all those cool Doc Ock arms wouldn't work in Pulp. We're focused mostly on Pulp.
Yeah, we're focused on Pulp today. So where does that?
We are after Marvel Girl. We are now on to Forge.
Oh yeah, no, this is the one that modifies damage. This is the Forge I was thinking about.
But only adjacent friendly characters.
No.
But that's okay.
That's fine. It's this turn, so they can move away. No, they can't move away. It's still an A, I think.
Yeah, because it could be. I don't think it's an A.
Why? It's just having power, like for cheaper.
Yeah, but in case you need to swap between Empower and Enhancement, that's enough for a C for me. Because he is cheap. Like, cheap 30 points. And it's also just a Perplex, right? Like, and it's a Perplex that works for everyone adjacent.
Yeah.
So, like, if you need a Perplex to attack, you choose attack. Yeah. Everyone adjacent gets a +1 attack. I know Empower and Enhancement does it for damage. I'm actually looking at it more for the attack part. In case I don't need the damage, I need my 10 attack to be an 11. Also, Blue Rhino, Wolverine's down there, not for any particular reason. It's when I loaded the pictures for some reason he popped down there. So,
yeah,
we're actually Forge on him now. So.
To be clear, Forge is an A for me.
Okay,
but Wolverine is a D.
Toughness. He takes a maximum of 3 damage from attacks, and he heals at the beginning of your turn. 3 damage would
put him on his last click at 50.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's not good enough.
50. We're not playing that.
Yeah.
That's a D.
What about the Psylocke? No, right? Or is it enough? Right, that's what I'm asking. We're at Psylocke. She could charge, hit with blades, or you just use blades. Charge, hit, and then afterwards, mind control is free.
No, that's the one that they had to errata. So no, she's not worth it now. She was never played except for that one event pre-her errata.
Okay, but once again, this is Pulp. So this is
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of it in the Pulp standpoint. Double attacking is much better in this. So I don't think she's necessarily there, but the fact that because she does that, she effectively is that sword, right? Whenever we have a sword from X of Swords that does this, you hit and you can mind control them for free or something.
Right.
Douglock's one in the D's.
But 50 points in Empower. That's close for me, but Douglock?
Yeah, it's going in the D tier, I think.
But look at all those clicks.
A blank stuff. Yeah.
But you can pair him with a Nathaniel Richards or something.
Yeah, okay, moving on.
Moving along. That's right. All right, we're going to power through some of these. Sarah, Sunspot, 75 points.
Yeah.
D.
Sorry, I'm looking at the other power. No, this is not the good Sunspot. So yeah, he's gone.
Tessa, D.
Yeah, D.
Emma, is this the one quick
All right.
gal?
Yeah.
This is Krakoa and Revival, Emma. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's more pricey than Marvel Girl by 10 points. But she does other better things. Friendly characters within 4 scores with X-Men who have taken damage this turn, take a maximum of 1 damage from attacks. That's okay. I think she has to be at least C because of Krakoa and Revival.
Yeah, she's probably one of the better Krakoa and Revivals. I'm going to put her in B, probably.
Yeah.
All right. PJ Bolin, a.k.a. Chamber.
This is bad. He can't attack, right?
Yeah.
So, you just ignore him all day. I know he could poison, but,
right.
Whoop-de-doo.
All right.
Yeah.
The 30-point running shot pulse waiver of Zorn with knockback.
The 9 attack.
Yeah, but 30 points. That's not bad. 30 points.
I think he's worth a C.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Mora X. Ooh.
She's 75 points.
Ooh, but she only takes the 1 damage at a time. And this is the one that can be healed, right?
No. It literally says can't be healed.
No, yeah. No Mastermind, no Krakoa Revival. Can't be healed.
She only takes 1 from attacks, but the more she takes damage, the stronger she supposedly gets. Because she keeps gaining all the powers as she continues. Problem is she's ignorable. And I don't know if there's a good way to get her to later clicks. Even taking 1 damage would be significant because that gets her.
You can't put her in the lava. I mean, you can pulse.
You can't play lava in this, right?
You can't play lava in this format. That's what I'm saying.
You could play 1 block of elevated, can't you? Isn't there elevated?
Is it an elevated just a standard? No, elevated is a special one because it's in the pack. It's in the play at home kit.
Yeah, you're probably right. I was gonna say if there's any. Well, do we have any free knockback?
I'm gonna put this.
Yes, we do.
I'm gonna put Mora X in a B.
I have her as a C. She could be swapped. She does have Brotherhood. But yeah, if you can knock her back once, and then she gains access to stealth, running shot, precision strike, super senses, support, enhancement, ESD, that's when she gets going. But if there's no way to get her down, then the other team just ignores her.
Right.
Because it's
she's a B.
Stays.
All right. Does this Mr. Sinister make the clone?
No, he's Krakoa and Revival.
Yep, he is Krakoa and Revival also, but I don't think you're
not reaching for him. He's a D.
Well, I'm not putting any Krakoa and Revivals below a C.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's just too.
Egg.
Okay, so Egg, I feel like has to be a B. Because he is very cheap barrier. Sidestep. Making light objects is still a thing.
Yeah.
That's still potentially good to just increase damage. He just keeps making them.
Yeah.
So, I don't hate that.
Okay. Tempest.
Tempest, not Tempo, so don't get excited.
Tempest.
She's a D.
Yeah, I'm putting egg in my B tier, by the way.
I put egg. I didn't say that out loud, but
as what? B or D?
B.
Tempest is a D.
So Tempest is Wait, hold on. Let me read her card real quick, because she has that weird prob, right?
Yes.
Prob, but may use it at any number of times per turn, targeting a different character each time. When she uses it, except the first time this turn, after resolutions, roll a d6, 1 to 2 dealer, 1 unavoidable. Remove her from the map. If you do, at the beginning of your next turn, an opponent chooses a character on the map and places her adjacent to that character. That's really weird. That's just a weird thing. She's not good, but
no.
That just shows, because she's not good, I've never seen her actually played. But that is a really unique power where it's like she can just use prob and that like multiple times, and she potentially just goes off the map, takes one, goes off the map for the rest of the turn, and comes back later. Like, that's just kind of weird.
All right, Hezbollah. Hepzibah, yeah. Z tier. Let's just plop her in.
Iceman. Barrier.
No.
That's about it. Yep, that's bad.
Does this rogue steal powers?
She chooses an adjacent character and the standard power they use until the next turn. They can use that power and has the printed range value. Don't think that's enough at 60 or 90. If she had a little bit more to her. I kind of like the X of Swords one better anyway. So the slop one, I think that's probably better than this one. So D. We're in the rares now. But we're in Iceman, I guess.
Yeah. So Doge. Is there another Doug lot? Oh, that's the Vulcan. This Vulcan's pretty decent. Oh my gosh, he's 75 points.
He's 140 or 75. He gets to use hypersonic and can make another attack
against someone that hasn't been hit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's got 5 damage for 140 with Battle Fury and Precision Strike.
How does he got 5 damage for 140?
Mm-hmm.
How? Oh, 140, not 75.
For 140.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the problem is he could just be shot Pensai, and it's just like goodbye. Like, see ya.
I wish he could be a little bit better, but
no, he's D, because even at 75, you side blast him for 4, and that invincible does not matter. Like, he just pew, see ya. He's super dead.
Yeah, I think so.
Prestige.
Oh, we got a big stop click here at the end with running shot pulse wave, but she seems pretty ignorable other than that.
So she could give your X-Men Future, Starjammers, Phoenix Force, or Excalibur protected outwit. Don't know if that's enough at 75, but it may be something to note, being able to give someone protected outwit.
Yeah. 7 range dual target mind control.
No movement attack stinks.
Yeah.
Probably a D. That's how I'm feeling.
Seems a little mediocre.
Yeah, she's a D.
Storm. Another Krakoan revival.
The one that broke a bunch. Yeah, she's a D. You're not. I don't think she's reaching. You're reaching for Storm.
I once again have to put it C because of Krakoan revival.
Yeah, so. I get it.
Armor has. Okay, yeah, this is when they gave the activation click. So, like, she's on click 1. If she's given an action token, you could deal her 1 unavoidable.
Yeah, she's a good mastermind fodder.
I don't hate her because of knockback damage.
Golly, I just I'm just not see. I just don't see it.
If you want something to mastermind too, she has 4 stop clicks consecutively.
Well, no,
she has. No, I'm sorry. That's a damage defense power. I'm talking. She has 1 on click 2 and 1 on click 5.
Right.
I mean, you could like move her or like. Nah. I mean, it's probably maybe a C.
All right.
Now the guy that should have been better than he is Kid Omega, a guy who has Omega level powers, and he's bad. Like, this is just not good.
He's bad.
Like, he should be like mind controlling. I remember when this guy came out. I think was Earth X still legal. Yes, because I remember making the joke that it's like, this guy's an Omega level telepath, but yet the skull has more power than this guy has.
Right.
Because the skull was able to just mind control you from across the map. And this guy's like, oh, you got to be within 7. And blocking and...
They should have moved. Yeah.
He's just not... Go ahead.
If his defense and his like damage powers were moved up like 2 clicks, that would be like his stats on the bottom line, 2 lines. Like, his damage sucks up top.
Yeah, and
I tell you what, guys, you know what this set's looking like? Awful, because we've barely scratched A.
I don't have anything in
A. I don't either. Kid Omega also gets blanked by that one Carnage figure that just says no super senses, and it's just like, okay, get in the stop click and then hit him again. Yep. So not great.
Nope.
Professor X.
No, that's awful. Golly, he was good with his team up card, but you can't play.
Yeah, that don't matter now.
Mind control, stealth. You can use it and shoot through things. Triple target, 8 range. That other power. Krakoa Revival means he's at least a C. But no.
So that makes us at Cardinal, right?
Yes, we are at Cardinal. This one, this is when they start doing the whole X-Men team ability. They swap things. He also has something with Apocalypse Seeds. When a friendly character within line of fire is damaged, give Cardinal an Apocalypse Seed. Free, roll a d6, add the number of Apocalypse Seeds. If it's an 8+, remove all action tokens. He goes to click 6, which he's really good there. And he can't use his traits for the rest of the game.
He's yeah.
It's within line of fire, not range. I'm going to put him at a C because maybe there's some shenanigans to get him to click 6. And click 6, he's pretty good.
I mean, he damages it himself if he doesn't
attack, but it's
But
it's a hypersonic precision for 50.
Yeah, that Cardinal's a D for me.
You got to do all that crap to get it there. It's just
I'm thinking like with a Pog team or like with Paparazzi, right? Like he still provides the perplex.
Ooh.
Like
a Magneto. Here we go.
Yes, ooh, now we've got a piece that's at least.
Yeah, here's an A.
Yeah.
I don't think I could put it at S because I just don't think the keywords are an S tier.
No, he's just not as good as he once was.
25 points for a leadership, though, isn't bad.
Does he get Krakoa and Revival at 25?
No, he gets it starting at 90.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not a 25-point Krakoa and Revival.
Right.
I didn't think so, but I couldn't remember. He's an A tier, though.
Yeah, I do have him as A. Dr. Cecilia Reyes. She has Barrier Defend ESD. Support, when she uses it after resolutions, that character modifies its defense plus X until your next turn, where X is their number of action tokens. So she's good.
Yeah, 30 points.
Yeah,
30 points for a support barrier. That's good enough for a C tier.
Nah, I'm putting her in D.
Really? For
Okay.
that also potentially raises defense?
Yeah.
And 18 defend?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she's like B tier. Okay, I'm not debating her that much.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Karima's good.
Yeah, because you can improve targeting stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she has improved targeting. She gets through stop clicks. And when she hits, she could also choose an attack power. And she can just use it until she chooses again. She has traded ESD. She's not bad. 75 point for that dial is a little sketchy. But that
trade is really good. It's a really good trade.
Well, the thing is how much stop clicks are there?
You got Deathstroke with a stop click with Mastermind.
Okay, then that's fair enough. Then yeah, she's going at least. I might even put her at A because I have
putting her at
A.
I'm putting her at A.
A is consistent. I'm putting her at B because I just don't think she's going to be.
Maybe she needs to be. Like, people don't remember.
Okay, that improved targeting probably puts her at least a solid A for me.
That's fine. You've convinced me to move her up.
Yeah, the improved targeting is real good.
Here's the not good Hope Summer.
And she has 7 range and 10 move running shot and double targets.
That's true. 12 complete range or 12 attack range is pretty good. This is the bad Hope Summers. Like she could choose 3 standard powers adjacent friendly characters with the X-Men keyword could use. Sure, but she's still 50 points.
Yeah.
So she's not really that playable.
No.
I forgot about Proteus.
That's because he was terrible and he's a D.
Oh, and here's the rare everyone pulled like 50 of.
Oh yeah, Chode.
Chode the D. And then Raza the D.
Is Raza a D? Yeah. These Star Jammers aren't that great. So yeah, I mean I thought Fantastic Four was bad.
Alright. So yeah, this set's pretty low spot in the Pulp tier maker. So Alex, we have 20 people watching. Do you have Fantastic Four ready to go?
If you give me like a couple minutes, I have it pretty much done. I just need to copy the figures over. So yes, give me 2 seconds.
Okay. All right, everybody give Alex a couple seconds. Don't leave us. While you're at it, gaze upon the awfulness that was House of X CUR.
Man, I am feeling this. I've drank like a 32-ounce glass of margaritas since that. Man, I'm starting to feel it pretty good.
That's good. That means you're ready for Fantastic Four Future Foundation.
I don't know if I'm ready for it or not.
Where is that? All right, this should work now.
All right.
Ugh.
What? What's wrong, Jason? You don't want to look at this set too?
No, not really. It's mostly garbage.
It's not as bad. So the one thing we have to keep in mind is we've got sidekicks, we've got captains. This was the introduction to captains and sidekicks.
Body Valeria Richards
is
right there. Valeria Richards, we put her in
S.
Yeah, in S. Yes.
Well, the one from the Fantastic Four set.
Yeah, the one.
Maybe he's talking about this set.
Is there Valeria Richards in this set too?
There is a Valeria, yes.
No. Show some remember on it.
So keep it because I think we had a question on our Facebook about, or at least they were interested to see how we do sidekicks and captains. I feel like I remember someone mentioning that.
Right. So this was the set with sidekicks and captains. Oh my gosh.
Yep. So we got starting out, Mr. Fantastic.
So I think I want to put all leadership. I think I'm just going to generically put all sidekicks and captains as C's because They have really long dials for pulps, and they give out a bunch of powers. And
I would agree with you, except for looking at this Mr. Fantastic.
I know, but he gives out a whole bunch of leadership,
usually just
right? So Mr. Fantastic gets a C for me.
He's a D. I even with the captain and sidekick, like giving leadership to sidekicks does not matter to me that much because I'd have to pay 40 points or 60 for his dial, and he does nothing for me.
I get it. All right, Scroll Invisible Woman.
Trash.
That's a long dial for 30, but not a good one.
Yeah.
The Thing. Trash.
All right, so the Thing isn't bad.
11-4.
Yeah, 11-4, and he's got the shape change on a 6, but not good enough. D.
Captain Spider-Man is a. Did we
skip Human Torch again?
Yeah. Sorry, D. Get that out of the
way. He's a captain. You say captains or C's.
He's a captain.
Oh my god.
He makes a free square barrier.
He is double target ESD, or not ESD, energy explosion, 40 points. He's definitely better than Mr. Fantastic. And don't forget, we're in Fantastic Four, where swap is available. I probably have him at C because of that long dial. It's not bad. And barrier is nice to have too, but he's not great.
Spider-Man going to the B tier. He's a captain that gives super senses.
Yeah, this one's the better captain now, for sure.
Yeah.
Now 40.
That Spider-Man we thought was pretty good when he came out too. So,
I don't know if B won't be on winning, but top cut. I could see a good captain sidekick team making a cut.
Yeah, so, I don't know if that exists yet or not, but
right. So that's how I'm putting it. Like I don't see myself, unless the figure itself is really good, putting just a generic sidekick or captain above B. I think someone could maybe make it work until we see a build that's just crazy. She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, D.
Now this is a good long 70. Like this is how long 75-point dials should be. But
she's a 9-click dial.
Yeah, but she's kind of meh. Like there's just not enough going on there.
The Ant-Man, is this the one that reverts? No.
19 though, D. But no. We can't complain about these nice long dials. Like compared to the Fantastic Four set 75-point, where we had the Frightful Four, and it's like 5 clicks, 6 clicks. All these 75-point ones with like really long dials. Okay, cool.
Now they just down to figures that are 2.5 years old. So
yeah, it was just not. These just aren't enough in my books. Same with Medusa.
D.
Thing Robot though. Now you can only play one of them.
Yeah, I still like him a lot.
He's a C.
He's a B because I'm putting Spider-Man up there with the sidekicks, and so you're obviously, if you're playing any sidekick, you're going to play Thing Robot. I feel like.
Yeah, probably.
So,
yeah.
Leech.
I like Leech and Artie together.
That's right, because they get the super duper range, right? So,
like Leech is 20 points for outwit with stealth, and then he pairs with Artie later on there, who gives
8 range.
Both of them 8 range. So that's a lot for this. That's a good combo for 40 points. Artie's got triple target mind control. If we just want to kind of skip ahead and just talk about that, like. They definitely get on the Fantastic Four, I think, for sure.
For plug and play.
What number is Artie?
25.
What does he look like?
He's got pink face and a helmet on, and a 9 on the front of his shirt.
I won't jump too far. I won't jump ahead. I won't rank him right now, but I think that little combo might be an A, Jason.
Yeah, I'm putting him in an A tier.
Yeah.
Mick, 10 points. Monster, 10. exploit.
Yeah, I think
He's a
Mick
sidekick.
and Vil deserve B just because they're 10 points.
Yeah.
Vil has Dolphin
Yep.
and it's at 11 for 3. So yeah,
Yep.
I'm putting them both up there because 10 points, just having someone for 10 points. If you're building a captain sidekick team, you're probably fitting these guys on anyway just to get them extra stuff, right?
Yep.
Mad Thinker, he does have a sideline active. This was our first of the sideline actives. They give bonuses based off of the keywords that you're fighting for your captains and sidekicks.
I don't know how many robots we're getting to play, but
No,
I think he's at least a C.
He's probably a C.
Probably not being seen play, but if you're playing robots, you probably throw him on for 20. And if you're playing captain's sidekicks, you're probably throwing him on the sideline.
Yeah.
Valeria for 20-point perplex.
No, man, I think that's got to be.
I think
that's a D.
I think that's a C because once again, if you're building a sidekick team, they're getting all the powers from the captain. So giving her super senses might be enough because I don't know how many other captains we've got that are giving stuff out, but a perplex isn't bad.
Yeah, TK for 20 points from Franklin. TK sidestep.
Yeah, TK sidestep. This guy is great. He was great in modern, and I think he is an A tier figure in Pulp.
I don't think A because of the hit to TK, but I think he's good enough to be in a B.
Yeah, I put him in B.
Okay.
I don't like Jack Power. I don't like Jack or Katie.
Yep, I don't either. D's for
even with their swapping, like they grant each other the power.
No, not really. No,
Pulp, if any format was going to allow Power Pack to succeed, it's Pulp.
These versions fail. I'm sorry.
That's right.
11 for 3, and you could maybe give him exploit by playing Katie.
Nope.
Not calling it. Calling it. Nope.
No.
Who else has? Wait, hold on.
3.
I'm not paying 50 points for this combo. I'm not doing it.
1.
So
0.
I disagree. I'm putting Jack as a C because Julie exists.
Okay.
And Julie's the good one that we'll get to. So like Jack I'm putting on there because he gives close combat. Katie I'm putting on there because he gives exploit. As a C.
Okay.
Mr. Fantastic Scroll is better than all the other Mr. Fantastic.
Yep, that's actually true.
That's true.
Still probably not good
Still
enough.
a D.
He's a good tie-up figure. He's plasticity, poison, super senses. And he gives him power. He's definitely, I don't think he's D tier. And he has like shape change on a 6.
Yeah.
It's a good tie-up figure. If any format can use tie-up figures like the old days, Pulp is it.
That's fair. I'll give you that. I still have it as D because I just don't know if that's enough.
Oh man, you know what, Jason? Here, you know what I'm going to say. Deathstroke ignores characters for movement.
Yeah, okay, it's fine. I'm putting him in a C. I don't think he's a D tier.
That's fine.
Invisible Woman. She allows your friendly sidekick, doesn't matter where they're at on the map. It's only once per turn, but they can basically take her 18. She gives TK. Like that's enough for a C. It's not amazing at 40, but
she could be swapped in potentially.
Well, no, she can't because Invisible Woman's. Yeah, Invisible Woman's the only one swapping.
Oh, you can't swap her. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have Sue Storm because Invisible Woman the swap says they can't have the same name.
Okay.
The Thing.
The Thing is probably one of the better captains because he does give toughness to all your sidekicks, and that does matter for against like knockback and poison and all of that. So like that's enough for a C, maybe a B, depending because his dial at 40 isn't bad. It's not nothing to write home about, but if a good captain team exists, giving toughness isn't a bad option for it.
All right.
Actually, I'm going to move him down to a C. I don't like him as much now that I've talked about him.
Right. Scroll,
Human
Human
Torch.
Torch. C. No.
I mean, he's 11 for 4 for 30 points. And he has
that's
barriers.
got to be worth a C just based on raw stats and the barrier.
Congrats, Scrolls. I think this is your first non-D character.
Good job.
You did it. You did it.
And they're also monsters. Don't forget. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
True.
Miss Thing.
Ew.
The D2.
And the sculpt is awful.
Yep.
Dr. Doom. He's got to go on your sideline, right? If you're going to play captains and sidekicks, so probably a C.
Yeah, he's not. He's good for swap too. If you need just the 30 points to give you a leadership for Fantastic Four, because there's not with Valeria Von Doom not available. He's kind of one of your only good leaderships, like a decent leadership to put out there. So he probably goes in C tier minimum for me. Because this next guy could also give you leadership.
Bentley.
Which I have played Bentley on, I think, my Nats team. I had Bentley on the team. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
So like Bentley for me is a B.
Okay.
Because he just, it's such a cheap leadership.
All right. So Artie, this is the guy that pairs with Leech.
Leech, yes.
Yeah, triple target mind control, triple target in cap.
Yep.
11 attack.
8 range if he's with Leech. 20 points.
Yeah.
He could have toughness, super senses.
Can I say something about somebody that's not here?
Sure.
Artie kind of reminds me of Tyler.
How so?
How so?
And like a whimsical sort of way. Like, look how happy Artie looks.
Is that how you imagine Tyler looks? He's just...
Yeah. Like, he's kind of happy.
I don't...
Like, when he's doing these set reviews.
How many bourbons in are you?
Just the one, like an hour and a half ago.
Okay.
Tong.
Sure. This is the non-good Fantastic Four monster. Like, I don't know if you're playing Mick, Core, and Turg to give Tong an 11 for 3, but even then it's not that great.
No.
So, like, Tong for me is a D, unfortunately.
Yeah, Tong's a D. Woo
is at least a C, because that's a flurry. Like, that's... And a dolphin.
Yeah.
For 15.
I'd say he's a C. What do you think, Jason?
I don't care either way.
Uncommon Franklin's a D.
C for me, because Power Pack might actually have something.
Oh my gosh.
He's got prob. I mean, he's just got to hold out a prob.
Alex Power.
This is the one Power Pack giving stuff that you probably don't care about. Oh, and all the Power Pack have Fantastic Four. Okay, hold on. That might be something. Not this Alex Power, though. If I need a TK, I'll go elsewhere.
Julie.
So Julie's the one that I was thinking, if you mix her with the other two, she would have hypersonic, exploit, close combat. So 10 movement hypersonic, 11 for 4 exploit. I know that's a 75-point quote unquote investment.
You know what?
It's not.
I'm just gonna say this.
They can't use their displayed powers when they use the other guy's powers.
I missed that part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so they don't get to pick all that up.
I'm gonna say this, like, if anybody wins either of the Pulp, is there 2 or 3 Pulp events at Gen Con?
2.
Two.
All right. If anybody wins either of the 2 Pulp events at Gen Con, you get to be on the show for 2 episodes.
All right.
Either way, you can swap out the hypersonic so she can hypersonic up free to the other person. They now get the hypersonic and get to go up. Like I don't,
Yeah.
I don't
a
hate that.
a 10 for 3 hypersonic figure for 25 points isn't bad.
Yeah, like I'm not putting these high. They're in C tier.
Right.
Let me be clear.
I like the other Julie better. That's the 50-point one.
Yeah, I don't like
coming up.
Ooh,
Wizard might be a B or A.
Wizard's is definitely on the sideline. He's definitely a C.
Well, maybe more because of that. Like 30 points for that trait, free choose an opposing character within range of line of fire, roll d6 and knock them back a number of scores equal to half the result in a direction of your choosing.
Right.
That's 30 points for that, and an outwit isn't bad with a lot of probably super senses and shape changes being able to be like, all right, you right there, I'm knocking you back. It just doesn't matter what I roll, you probably are going to get knocked back 1 and take damage.
Right.
Like that might not be bad.
Yeah, that's a B for me because that's enough outside of just the ally.
Jim Hammond for the mastermind for sidekicks.
Oh,
regardless of adjacency.
Oh, okay, never mind. Jimbo.
I think he's definitely a B tier for sure.
Yeah, I think Jimbo's definitely a B.
Yeah, he was on my team for a long while before I switched to Bentley because he was one of the only Fantastic Four with leadership. But he also has shield. That's another big thing with him at 35. So definitely a B tier.
Piebok. I'm not playing Piebok.
I'm not playing Piebok. He's a D.
30 points. That's 30 points for that dot. Oh, it's 50. Never mind.
50 points. Yeah.
Where was I seeing 30? Yeah, never mind. No, bad.
All right. Alex Power. And they don't even have to.
He's got barrier and barriers free for 2 squares.
He also has the movement power that lets you move a friendly sidekick 2 squares when he uses sidestep. So that's like a C tier, but probably not a very good C tier.
Right.
I like the Julie here.
You like the Julie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, she can bring them along. She's like a falcon. So yeah, it's probably a solid C for that, right? Maybe even
no. That's even better because you pair her with Artie.
Mm-hmm.
She hypersonics up, and then usually you choose a friendly sidekick. Artie's a sidekick that she moved adjacent to during the action. Well, I guess that doesn't work because he'd have to be adjacent. So like she ends her movement adjacent, right?
No, that she moved. Well, she just has to move adjacent to him during the action, so she can just move by them.
Okay, then yeah, if that so
it's like Falcon's power, similar to Falcon's power.
Oh yeah, then she may even be A tier, to be honest.
And she's got leadership.
Because if I'm playing her, if I'm thinking Artie and Leech are up there, being able to like sidestep or get Artie out a little bit, hypersonic her across to attack, and then afterwards Artie follows up with the triple target.
Mind control,
yeah. Or don't even use her to attack, just use her as a 10 movement TK effectively.
Yeah.
Just move her 10, drop an Artie, and triple target from 8 away.
I think she's A tier for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her at A because I feel like if I'm putting Artie and Leech up there.
Yeah, I mean you could just pair her with just any random sidekick, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
We did get like in a couple of later sets, right? We did get like sidekicks that were also captains, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, we do. Yes.
Yeah,
I remember
the fact that there's sidekicks in other sets. Yeah,
I'm
B.
Well, I mean, and Alex and Julie, we just talked about them, are captain sidekicks.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, so I mean, Julie would get all the added bonuses that the others get as well.
Dragon Mane.
This was one of those rares you weren't excited to see.
That's right. Yeah,
Mm.
he just gives him the passenger, so that's probably a D tier captain.
11 for 4 isn't terrible, but nah, he just dies.
Yeah.
So we got dice manipulation now. Adolf Impossible.
Adolf Impossible. I'm kind of torn on Adolf Impossible. Because within range is 6. He's tiny. He's got Pulse Wave. So he could be Julied if you really need a Pulse Wave out there for 1. But 25 points isn't much.
Mm-hmm.
B?
Man, I tell you
I
what,
think,
the dice
yeah.
replacement with the little defend combo going on with the Sinister and the Scarlet Witch may not be a bad deal. I'm going to give him a B.
Core.
No.
You only get to make 1 Turg.
Right.
Don't think that's worth it for 25 points.
No, don't like him.
Awesome Andy.
So he has to be at least with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man gives super senses. Awesome Andy, for cheaper than Spider-Man, for 35 points, gives shape change.
Yeah, that's a C for me.
Human Torch. Knockback Pulse Wave and protected. And friendly characters have protected Pulse Wave when he uses it.
And he's swappable?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is swappable. He has leadership and traded mastermind.
I'm going with A on this guy.
I can probably agree with that.
Yeah,
Maybe.
knockback Pulse Wave. It doesn't hurt your own characters. That seems pretty good.
Yeah. Kristoff. I like that his little picture of the sculpt is as derpy as the sculpt actually is, because this is a derpy looking sculpt.
Right.
It's pretty derpy.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm Kristoff.
Yeah.
Don't forget me.
Ooh, Nathaniel No, wait a minute. We forgot Elijah.
Yeah, don't jump ahead now.
Oh, man. D. Okay, can we go D and then talk about Franklin? Why do you got Franklin on here twice? Or Nathaniel?
I have
Nathaniel.
I don't know. I think it's because I had him in the... I didn't mean to, so just ignore that. Before we drop Elijah, I know you really want to get to the other one. She has 50 points, enhancement, charge, stealth, and she could, if she's in hindering, she is a 12 for 4 when she uses the stealth. When she occupies,
No.
okay, she could be swapped too, but no, probably not. Nathaniel's S.
Yeah, he is.
You could also. This is another reason why you would probably bump up Egg a little bit.
Because feeds him. Yeah.
Yeah, because Egg keeps giving him the objects that he needs to keep it eaten. But yeah, Nathaniel's gives you the ability to choose Pulse Wave, Precision Strike, any attack power effectively. That's pretty much all he's good for. And it works. I played it with Emperor Gladiator. Just giving Emperor Gladiator Precision Strike.
Almost 2 years ago.
Yep. It just is really, really good.
Alex, you forgot Molecule Man.
Haha. Or did I?
Ramatut.
No rerolls after he uses Prof.
And a leadership. Is that good enough?
It might be. I'm gonna put.
Or it might just hurt you.
Does he get around Sinister?
No.
No, because that'd be after.
No,
well, since the rolls immediately.
Yeah, he does get around Sinister. Actually, he gets around die replacement.
Yeah, because he says uses prob on the attack, so you re-roll the attack, and it's immediate. That's it. You don't get to swap or anything. It's just this roll is finalized, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's enough for a C for me.
That's
if Sinister
for a
becomes
B for me.
If Sinister becomes a problem, which I don't think it will, because you can only get one. But if he does become a problem, then maybe Ramatut's not terrible on his own. I mean, he's not great, but he also is your Latverian ruler to get you Doom bots.
I think I put him in B tier.
Yeah, I like him in B. I like Red Ghost.
Yes, he's one that benefits from Pulp. He has seen play before in Modern, I think.
He
forever
won
ago.
2022 Silver Age Team Nationals. Now,
Sure.
He was also on the team. That player did not win a single game that day, but
But being able to just make all the apes and then using Lila Gregor, or whoever we talked about before,
yeah.
bump it, Aaliyah Gregor, bumping their stats. Mikolo is a TK, Piotr is a charge, super strength for 3, Igor is a tie, not really a tie-up piece, but like those are all fine pieces, and he has perplex. Like it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's like a C.
He's definitely a solid C.
Yeah.
I don't care for Diablo much.
Yeah, without Alchemical Potion, he's kind of he probably gets a bump because you could put him on your sideline to go against Mystical.
Mm-hmm.
So like that might be enough for that, but
all right, yeah. Stardust.
I like Stardust. And pulse waves from a square within range and line of fire. So 6 out.
Yeah, so I will say, as someone who played a lot of Stardust in that. You remember that event, Dan, a couple years ago? It was like the Chicago event online where there was like building restrictions.
Yeah.
And like Stardust was one of the people I had on my team. Like that was one of the ones I could build with. And she's pretty good. Like she's I would probably put her as A tier just because that's good range.
Mm-hmm.
The heal, beginning your turn, healer 1. And then the first time she would be KO'd, you just turn her to click 7. And then she just keeps healing. Like that next turn, she can heal again. The pulse wave is nice. You don't need to worry about the power action, choose an unoccupied square.
That's what Jason was saying, that was really good.
It is good because you put everyone adjacent, like to the square you chose. That really throws off some like carry teams if they're trying to like Green Lantern or bring everybody up, or Fantastic Four teams that are trying to like stay around Sue's defend. Having her be in position to use, now it's a power action, so it's kind of like a Scarlet Witch type thing, but it's within range. So 6 range is not quite half the map, but if you perplex her up a bit, she could just choose a square halfway across the map and just pulse away from there.
Yeah, and if you KO her, she comes back. Like,
yep.
Yeah, that's enough for like that's building because that's only 100 points. It would be different if that was like 200. 100 points for 8 clicks, and if she didn't have that special pulse wave, just had pulse wave, that's borderline playable because she can't be outwitted anyway.
She's like A tier, I think, for me.
Yeah, I really like her.
I'm going to go with A, and then we'll round out tonight with a D tier Terax.
Yeah, I mean, he's 100 points. Just like, not nearly as good as Stardust.
That's right.
Yeah, definitely not nearly as good. I mean, 100 points for all of that on paper seems okay. Giant reach 3, so he's got kind of a 9 reach because 6 movement charge, giant reach 3, a quake. After resolutions, generate blocking terrain marker adjacent to each hitting character, so you can really like box people in. You run over there and quake everybody within 3, and suddenly they're all blocked in. Like that could screw up some things. I don't know if I'm devoting 100 points to that.
You're not.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, so we covered 4 sets tonight in 2 hours and 39 minutes. I think that was pretty good. That means We've got Wonder Woman, X-Men Rise and Fall, Avengers Forever, War of the Realms, Disney Plus, X of Swords,
Avengers of Empire is what
Avengers
you meant.
Empire, then Avengers Forever, then BTU, then Simba, and then Avengers 60th.
So we've got probably maybe 2 more tier makers.
Yeah.
The next one we could probably cover everything up to
Avengers, Fantastic Four, War of the Realms, Disney Plus, X of Swords, Slop, X of Swords, Slop, Avengers Forever, BTU, Simba. Yeah. We have 11 sets to go.
Yeah, so like the next tier maker, we could probably get through War of the Realms, maybe get to a little bit of Disney Plus.
Yeah, we might have to
if we start earlier.
We had to start a little bit earlier and go a little bit faster instead of going, I don't know. We're going to have to do a little more study and be a little quicker. I think if we can get through...
I think we had some good discussions. Now, let me ask you, do you all still have your tier makers up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do a quick recap of just the S. Who do you have an S total overall?
All right, Fantastic Four and S. I have Moloid, Valeria Richards, Franklin Richards, and
Silver Surfer. That's same for me.
Yeah. I have all those but Moloid.
Okay. Venom and Carnage. I have Spot, Marvella, and 6 of the autonomous dudes and dudettes.
I just have Spot, Marvella, Flash, Gwen, and Mary Jane.
I only have Mary Jane and Marvella in S.
House of X, I have 0 in S.
0.
0 here too.
Wow. Rip. And then in Fantastic Four Future Foundation, I only have Nathaniel
Richards. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that ended up being, I feel like, better overall. Like, so if I was ranking the 4 of these sets based off of how I have my tiers all together, Carnage would be definitely number 1. Future Foundation is probably 2, because like my B and C tiers are kind of bulky for Future Foundation. Much more than Fantastic Four, which would be next. And then House, well, that'd be hard to say because I got some C tiers in House of X, but I think House of X is just the worst.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah, it's just not great. Now, a lot of that could also just be because we don't have team-ups. I know a lot of House of X, those figures, we would have a lot more figures higher up if team-ups were allowed. At least in my opinion. There's a lot of those X-Men that's like, oh, if you have a team-up card, big difference. And swap obviously makes a big difference too, right? Not having Professor X means a lot of these lower point X-Men just aren't playable. You don't want to be stuck with some of this.
All right.
But yeah.
Final thoughts tonight?
I'm tired.
I'm pumped, man. This was a lot of fun. Like just revisiting, because we've always talked about doing a tier maker, like going back in modern, and I don't think we'll ever do that because all these are about to rotate. But this kind of lets us do it anyway for Pulp, and I like that we did because we got to touch some figures like Stardust. It's like I forgot about Stardust. I would not have, when I'm thinking of Pulp, thought about going back and looking at Stardust because I just forgot she existed. Same with Karima or Karima, whatever her name was.
Karima
or Karnak for that matter. Like I would have forgotten about Karnak. Yeah, so this has been a good exercise for me as well to just remind myself of all these Pulp figures outside of the big ones that have been named on like all the other podcasts or we've mentioned in passing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we're down to 15 folks. We were up over 20. Hey, thanks everybody for watching this Pulp Tier Maker tonight. And we'll talk to y'all next time.
Later.